the case?
No, not necessarily, not particularly. It wasn't until I went upstairs and left the courtroom that I realized that people thought that it was a monumental failure, a monumental mistake.
Was it Chris Darden that blew this case?
Chris Darden blew this case. Marcia Clark contributed pretty heavily to blowing the case too, but Chris Darden blew it. When OJ was able to walk in front of the jury and say, it's too small, he didn't have to testify because he had already testified in front of the jury and he wasn't cross-examined. So for us, it was a win-win.
All right, he appears to have pulled the gloves on, counsel.
But to juror David Aldana, it didn't seem like a big deal.
So O.J. Simpson was right in front of you when he put on that.
Also wrong. Everyone at the time knew it was a huge mistake. Marcia Clark, the lead prosecutor, tried to dissuade Christopher Darden from doing this with the glove. However, Darden pushed back really heavily, and Marcia Clark gave into his strong arming.
Glove.
He was about maybe 2 feet away from me.
What do you remember from that moment?
You know, a lot of people make a big deal about it, but, you know, I was a truck driver. I wear gloves all the time. I know that when my gloves get wet, they shrink up.
Yes, I do.
After 92 exhausting days of testimony, 58 witnesses, and 488 exhibits,
we ask the court to receive all of the people's exhibits and the people rest.
next.
The LAPD's laboratory is a cesspool of contamination.
The defense unleashes a blistering attack.
How about that, Mr. Fung?
People. Yo, what up?
I think I understand why they saw this as like a trial not against the people versus O.J. Simpson, but instead O.J. Simpson versus LAPD. Given the time frame that this trial was happening, given the time frame in which this trial was happening, plus the fact that you know, their racist misconduct was in full display.
How are you guys doing?
Totally makes sense. That's why I think people say like it was a fuck up by the LAPD.
Oh, brother.
We think the
Hot girls have hobbies.
They would not.
They sure do.
These particular crimes.
Johnny Cochran.
I'm in the new DeFranco. Uh-oh. What's it on?
Oh,
Nowadays,
wait, no, it's not on this one.
Scared,
It's on,
you know what I mean? It could be like some random fucking meme accounts decided Hassan is a bad guy. Let's talk about it.
I think it's
With
on
Philly
Cool and
D, it could be that,
Disabled.
or it could be
shit. Where is it?
That like
Sup, you beautiful.
Hassan Piker versus what? Jesse Waters.
Caleb Hammer.
Oh,
Sup,
damn,
you beautiful
wait, what the
bastards.
Fuck? Did he get a screenshot from today's
Oh my
stream?
God,
what the hell's
dude.
going on, bro? It looks like, or maybe.
Where the fuck is it? I need the link from Dante and Nicole. Dude, why can't I find it? Cool and Disabled. There, full story.
Where they were trying to dox.
Did you guys already watch this? You want to watch this? You want to have fun? And then Dante will call at the end. We'll see if we can keep the show on the rails. What up? Oh my God, the juice is loose to infinity. Yeah, let's go. OJ, wait, OJ died? Is that why Hassan is talking about him? What the fuck? When did this happen? Just now? Yesterday? What's today? Yeah, yesterday. Oh my God. They cancered him? Man, poor guy. They freaking got him. No, this was probably no, none of these are legit, I'm pretty sure. Dude, even OJ. No, I'm just kidding. It probably is. He's old as hell. But he was in Capricorn 1, dude. I used to also love those Police Academy movies. Man, OJ was the shit back in the day. But dudes, have you guys seen on Discord here? I think it was Bunny666. He got us turned on to Miro, which is like my my cool conspiracy board, but we can all share. And like, when we're all in here, like I could see your mouses and stuff, and we can all like collaborate and stuff together on here. If anyone has any interest, I've got the links and stuff in the Discord, and I've got the Discord link in my link tree. But yeah, we're gonna slowly, you know, work our way through here. But dude, I already found there was a plane in, it was called United 553, and it was flying from, I think it was going from DC to Omaha or something, but it crashed at Midway, and boys, it looks exactly like that fucking Flight 93. Look, these are just some of the... So the main person that gets the conspiracy theorists all, you know, their mouth salivating is that E. Howard Hunt's wife was on this plane. There was 44 people on a Boeing 737, which that holds hundreds, right? A Boeing 737 is a big ass plane. Yeah, Boeing 737-222. There was 44 people on the plane, and 14 of them, dog, are feds. Look at this, bro. So one is wife of White House plumber E. Howard Hunt. Then it's military service. This guy worked in United Airlines. Then government employment. Defense program, U.S. government employment, enlistment in the military service, enlistment in U.S. Naval service. Like, come on, guys. We see you. We see all of you. And then, bro, look at this, too. This is, where is it? Oh, yeah. So I'm slowly going through the Flight 93 people, too, because I smell feds all over it. It was another, you know, all these 9/11 planes were all 1/3 full. They're so lazy, bro. And look, dude, this guy is a German national. This dude is Todd Beamer, who's the CEO of Oracle. Dude, Todd Beamer, I know he's around right now. We have to find him. We have to get him. This guy was like a lawyer dude who worked for some sinister-ass sounding law firm. And I shit you not, look at this. He worked as a prosecutor for Scotland Yard, bro. This is just too much. Look at this. Working as a prosecutor for Scotland Yard. Look at all of them. But so I guarantee, no, I don't guarantee. This looks like a plane of feds to me. So United 93, we're hunting you down. We're on to you. Someone said yesterday that people, that there's a girl on TikTok she's saying that her dad supposedly died in an air crash, but she claims that she doesn't think that he is dead. How cool is that? Like, we have to talk to her because she's got information, and I bet she's right. Dude, I bet she's so right. Her dad isn't dead. Let's find her deadbeat ass dad and let's send him some child support payments. He owes a lot. But yeah, dude, they're all fucking liars, and we're on to them. And we just need to keep proving it. So yeah, I think it's been Bunny in here helping me out, but thank you guys for helping out with this. Let me know if you want to continue, and you know, we'll start cracking through all this shit. It'll be much easier without it just being me. And you guys will help point out all the connections and stuff. But dude, already just looking for an hour, we find this, you know, E. Howard Hunt's wife. And dude, they all kind of, it feels like they all keep doing the same thing, where, or not all, but you know, it's a pattern so far that I keep seeing, that they keep nosediving as they're making their approach to the runway. Why then? It doesn't make, I don't get it. It's just always nosedive. Like, Oh, dudes, look at this. This is the funniest tweet ever. Dante sent me this earlier. This guy said, "This seems relevant since George Bush is being brought up, and it's an article talking about how Bush's grandfather helped Hitler's rise to power." And he said, "Nicole, I always try to tag Dante, but his account never pops up. Maybe Cat Dad is correct." Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, I'm standing firm on George H.W. Bush is a literal Nancy, and he is the cause for everything being awful. But all right, here we go. We're going to stay on track. We're not going down a sidetrack way just yet. We're going to start right on schedule. Ready? Here we go. This is Nicole Slasky's masterpiece, putting all the pieces together about Kkkaleb Hammer, who, in my opinion, looks like he's part of a crew that works on YouTube and helps source people. It's like what are those people called? Like the recruiters at like careers and stuff, where they're headhunters, where they're like, "Oh, I'll find you an engineer," and then they get a cut if you get hired. That's what Kkkaleb does, it seems like, in my opinion. But for OnlyFans, that's a weird job. I don't know.
Dox my husband. They're trying to dox my family.
It's voluntary. You can't abuse voluntary.
He kept asking if I would do favors for him.
He could top him. He could top you. Kkkaleb was allegedly known as Super Ho Diddly Ho.
Kkkaleb was very consistent about making things uncomfortable.
They can't always speak up for themselves.
I know, but we actively talk them through, please. He's a narcissist through and through.
Until he groped me.
Make me out to be like the bad guy, because that's like kind of his shtick.
Dude, he's like 14.
I'll show you everything. But you could literally do nothing. You could literally just lay back and let him just touch you for the video.
He's 16.
That is the extent of the context.
Kind of knowingly, like, exploiting them, knowing that they're a fan.
Let's feel bad about yourself, right? Let's make you cry.
Going full clout.
He's already threatened legal action against me multiple times.
I don't want it to stream live because these people are paying to watch it.
Up with a million subscribers. It's absolutely, this is a wild number.
Kkkaleb Hammer is a YouTube and TikTok creator with over 1 million followers.
Dude, and Nicole cracked open character animator, bro. We are going to do some character animator stuff here at the Cat Dad Knitted Anus channel eventually once I get my hands on it. But dude, this is awesome.
Who has made his mark on the internet with his ruthless financial audits.
Job is gonna look like literally 2 weeks from now. Literally 2 weeks from now. How is that okay? How are you okay with being essentially like a leech on society at that point? You can't take care of your own life. You start your checking accounts with nothing. Your mindset's so bad.
No.
What do you mean necessary? How's it necessary?
For my kids to have phones.
What do they need it?
Kkkaleb is not a certified financial advisor or planner and does not have any background in finance beyond his own personal situation, and to his credit, he openly acknowledges this. However, he allegedly uses this questionably acquired position of power and influence to manipulate his financially vulnerable guests. Claims from former guests include unforeseen harassment from his audience, discomfort during the filming process, Kkkaleb attempting to solicit them for OnlyFans content, sexual harassment, and sexual assault. Amongst these claims, there are new allegations involving inappropriate messages with minors, all while critics continue to call out.
Wait, you're saying if they land on the airport grounds or like crash on the airport grounds, the jurisdiction would be all government contractors? So are you saying that maybe it's so that the like flight isn't investigated by like local police or something, that it would be federal? I could see something like
their
that.
Issues with the base.
Or the other thing I was thinking is like, what is there a freaking laser like on every single control tower or something, and that's where they're hitting them from or something? Like what? It feels weird that it's like you make it all the way there and then nosedive. Like something about getting almost to the airport has to do with it, right?
Ideology behind his content, his various money-making ventures, and the type of audience and conversation his channel openly invites. Kkkaleb started posting on—
You've never heard of Kkkaleb? Okay, real quick. Kkkaleb, well, Nicole's going to do it too, but Kkkaleb Hammer is Nicole and Dante's other Roger. They, I think Dante just started getting fed his stuff, you know, because he's part of the program, you know, so the FBI is definitely pushing his channel hard, and the CIA, because they own all of YouTube. They own all of them. Everyone. Miranda Sings. What do you think Miranda Sings was texting all those kids for? Why was Miranda Sings texting with her brother with children for the last 13 years? It couldn't be because they're like doing this for the feds, right? They couldn't do that. But no, I think they do. Dude, Kkkaleb is part of this whole thing. If his lineage doesn't go to frickin' Brazil and then back to Germany, then I'll be the Queen of England. We'll see. We'll see. It's just a guess, Kkkaleb. Hit me with the cease and desist. But yeah, bro, we see you.
On YouTube in 2020.
And TikTok has tons of ads with him for, I forget what the ad was, or it was a financial, like, rocket audit or something like that, you know? And up until Dante and Nicole started talking about him, I would see that constantly. I haven't seen it in a little bit, but he's a loser.
22, and quickly found his niche making videos dedicated to, quote, financially auditing people. Before that, it seems like he was a composer and posted on a different account without much apparent success.
And to clarify, I personally define success based on far more than metrics and numbers on a screen, and I think this could have been a wonderfully enriching channel fueled by a passion for music had he stuck with it. But it's clear that Kkkaleb defines success a bit differently, a bit more monetarily.
Financial Audit is a 1 to 2 hour long podcast style interview with someone, nearly always in a less than ideal bad financial situation, in which Kkkaleb dissects and commentates on the guest's spending habits. His original episodes did a better job of conveying what looks like a more genuine character, somebody who wants to help and is earnest and compassionate in how he handles himself with people who are seeking his advice. However, that mask fell rather quickly. He rose quickly in popularity, but it was because of his increasingly abrasive, bullying, quote, shock value nature that really amped up over the last year. Many viewers were already starting to question his intentions and the basis of his content on his subreddit because of this shift, but he has since deleted and continues to delete all conversations surrounding it, especially since allegations of harassment and inappropriate messages with minors have come to light. To follow Kkkaleb's lead and give an equally brutal review—
Why you texting minors all the time with your cousin Miranda? We gotta know. We have to know. We need to know. Is Philly D texting minors? I want to know that too. It's just a question.
View of his show, Financial Audit involves cherry-picking vulnerable guests that are in difficult financial and often life situations, getting access to all of their personal financial documents, and then shaming them on the internet for a primarily male audience to enjoy. His videos have resulted in the intense harassment of the guests who unknowingly stepped into this exploitative trap, and in my opinion, the episodes don't even really contain much truly helpful, actionable advice for these people when you really take into context the true nature of their situation and the backlash they will undoubtedly receive once they are purposely painted as a, quote, idiot on the internet. And sure, not everyone on his show has had an inherently bad experience, so Caleb and his fanbase swear by the effectiveness of their quote tough love and believe that his guests deserve to be yelled at and then subsequently harassed by commenters after the episode airs.
And you know, guys, it's like Caleb is here. He's just like another Mr. Beast. He's essentially a capitalism propagandist, you know? He's here to make sure that the conversation is never, oh, this system throws crushing debts at all of us that we'll never get out of, so that we're just kept in servitude, you know? We just have to keep working our lives away, grind our lives away, and we'll never get out of it, you know? Because, again, remember, their goal is to have slaves. They want slaves. And they'll do anything for it, including making Caleb Hammer be an influencer. They would do that to the world. They would put that kind of horror into this world just so that we don't realize that capitalism is fucked. You know, it's the same reason why I think that Ethan was, you know, started a show with Hassan. I thought it was going to be so great. I was like, oh, Hassan. Ethan is going to finally learn, because it always bothered me that like people at the H3 crew wasn't like getting a percentage of the show and stuff, when it's like it only popped off because of them, because they did the like Howard Stern style, like include the whole cast and crew and stuff in there, you know? But he never did. And he was just there to, whenever Hassan starts cooking on something, to, look over here, distraction. But that's what Caleb is. He's a YouTube distraction, so that we don't have a person who would get up here and talk about how fucked the system is in his place, you know?
Because they asked for it and they're, quote, being stupid with their money. The flippant misogyny and lack of empathy is quite easy to spot in his YouTube comments, particularly on episodes featuring younger women or people of color, and some guests have reported that they were also bombarded with these types of remarks in their personal DMs following the release of their episodes. The guest screenshots here highlight her general discomfort and confusion around Caleb's abrasiveness and how to react in the midst of filming the episode.
I accept that Caleb Hammer and all the creators who make misogynistic content are merely responding to the hunger of the masses for misogynistic content because they are misogynists.
A creator named Manifestel recently made an incredible video breaking down the misogyny and the factors that fuel it behind Caleb's content, and I highly encourage you to watch that if you're interested in understanding the root of that part of the controversy more. Caleb claims that although he is aware of the risk his guests face by coming on the show and that they may unknowingly experience potential downsides, the number of positive DMs and personal finance success stories he sees from fans outweigh the potential negative personal experience of any guest.
We actually are trying to help people. Now, a lot of people, they think it's like mostly to help the person right in front, but the way I have the conversation with them, like beforehand and afterwards, I'm like, okay, you're on here, you're putting your situation on display, and I'm gonna make sure the audience understands how bad this debt is, because thousands of people are gonna relate to that situation, and then they're gonna evolve their lives around it. And we've seen examples of endless emails and tweets and comments of people like, wow, I related to this person so much and now I'm taking this action and stuff, so that's our intent. I know a lot of people think it's coming from a place of shaming, and I do understand it, especially if you're coming from like the TikTok side where, you know, playing the TikTok algorithm, we only post like the wild moments. There's going to be nasty people, and especially when a negative situation is put on display, that is going to encourage more nasty situations. But
I would never put up with people who watch me being nasty and just being like, well, like never, ever, ever. I would never want to cultivate a community that does that. So these people don't even deserve the freaking communities that they've been botted into existence, you know?
Out of any amount of negative comments I've seen, Because trust me, I hear about it when people have negative DMs. They email us. Trust me, we hear about it, and then we coach them through it when we can. But out of every impact it has, we see at least 2 times, 3 times, 4 times as many DMs, comments, and especially on any social platform, and then in our email inbox of like, I was in $40,000 of debt when I started watching your channel. I saw this episode, lit a fire under my butt, and now I'm in a place I never was before. Yeah. So we know, at least from the statistical area of what DMs and emails are being sent, more on the back end.
I think that's what I mean by, I think you're exploiting those people then. You're saying we're sacrificing this one person, they're gonna get some shitty DMs. It happens to save these 100 people who are gonna get out of debt.
I would say a much larger percentage of your audience is doing that shit than other creators in your niche.
And we've been looking. Like, I'm just saying that is what the association looks like. You're growing because people are getting angry about the wrong things.
You only think of the negatives, to be clear.
Well,
of what you talked about.
I know there's positives from some of it.
Of which outweigh.
Yeah, come on, Nicole.
They do. Statistically.
It's about positive mental attitude. Come on, Nicole. It's about manifesting. And if you have enough money, you can manifest your life into not being shit. But if you're poor, you're fucked. Just quit.
They do. In terms of the number of DMs that are sent, in terms of the emails that are received, in terms of this. And I see, trust me, if anyone receives negative DMs, they send it to me immediately.
As far as you know.
His editor, Brandon Gorey, has also argued that these guests essentially need
this guy, Brandon,
to go through the hate mail and bullying if they want to have.
Yeah, it's just tough love, guys. And Brandon, never mind.
Have a financially stable future, although this is yet to be proven. His editor has also made a number of questionable statements regarding the voluntary nature of the guest participation.
Our imbalance that you know exists.
It's all voluntary though. There's no. You
That's what abusers say. They didn't have to be here. I'm not calling you an abuser.
No, they're requesting.
Your points, you should keep your mouth shut. You're putting your foot in your mouth.
They're requesting. So if it's voluntary, you can't abuse voluntary. They see everything. It's all translucent.
So this is an emotional looks like a bully.
You guys must have liked yesterday's episode then, because that's what it was.
And I watched it. And it's still, I don't like your anger.
This is a pathos issue.
This is pathos. This is pathos. I am a Socrates boy. I know pathos, and I know Socrates, and I know Schmittler. I know those philosophers. My name is Brandon. I'm a cool guy. Fucking loser. This is pathos.
To be emotional about something, but also rational about something. Yeah. And I think I'm both emotional and rational.
Right. Well, may I pose a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. If someone's in $100,000 of debt and don't know how to get out of it, right? And they volunteer to come on a show where they know what the comments are on YouTube. We all know what the internet is. We all know how Caleb gets yelly. We all know how far Caleb can go. You know, do you think, what's more positive? What's more positive? Him figuring out a way to get out of debt and living a better life? Or getting, a couple emails that aren't that great that you get over in about an hour?
Dude, you're right. I don't think that they do have communities. They really don't know, because, they're not building anything, Yeah, you're right. There's no community that they have. They're just being handed a channel with a bunch of bot followers. Yeah, totally.
What's worse?
Dude, they're so cringe. They're so don't deserve to be on the internet. Like, it's madness that our literal government pushes people like this.
The emails are a financially free life.
Oh no! I just think you gotta be a little bit more careful because it's a breeding ground for people who take some of this stuff.
He's like, no. You don't get it. We're cultivating that breeding ground. Yeah. We want everyone to be mean and awful on the internet like us. What? At least he'd be honest then. But dude, that is part of this energy conversation, right? We're talking about how these guys are like monsters inking us and using us to drink our scares, right? And it really is. They benefit from creating this horrific outlook in life and, like, you know, making everyone more brutal and more awful. Remember, their end goal is, like, make us all want to do stuff with kids the way they do. Like, that's that's all they think about. That's their number one mission. Fucking people.
Too literally and act on things like the comments that are like so heavily misogynistic. You got to think about the influence you have. I know, like, you're growing quickly, and like I know you're not a big corporation. Like, I know you're just a fucking normal guy. Like, I don't hate you.
Well, he's like, oh no, we have a vast conspiracy behind us. You know, we're just we're the front facing business, but no, we have a huge team of feds behind us and bots who are pushing us. Like, we literally can't fail. Except they still do. You can't fail, and you still failed, Caleb. Dude, his AI channel blows my mind. Like, this dude is a total failure. His parents, his Nancy parents, are going to be very upset with him.
Influence we have.
But you're starting to have a lot of influence, and it's over people who are doing some pretty fucked up shit, and you don't want to associate with them.
Like whose responsibility is
because
it?
I
If a grown
think
adult
you
is...
act in a way
No,
that
Yes, dude.
really
They do make us hate ourselves, and so that we hate everyone else. And that's what I was talking about too earlier with, like, when people come at me with, you know, saying whatever, I'm dumb, I'm fat, I have psychosis. All that tells me is what their insecurities are, you know? Like, and it's so freeing. Like, I'm not saying don't ever listen to criticism, obviously. Like, I always want, if I'm wrong, I want you guys to tell me I'm wrong, right? I want to be right, and I want to be empathetic and, like, hear people out and shit like that. But, you know, when we're, like, we know we're right about this stuff, and they, you know, the first step, you can't really, like, love anyone until you love yourself, right? Because you're always going to have that insecurity of, like, thinking that your partner doesn't love you or whatever. Like, people, like, that's not, like, a great feeling to put out into the world and stuff. But it really is, I think, like, it's like a... globally, they want us all miserable so that we just keep perpetuating misery, right? I mean, that's what their abuse cycles are. They are turned into predators from being, you know, abused. And that's what they want. They actively are creating abusers. It's sick. It's so fucked.
Caleb claims that in the past he has turned off the comment section on YouTube videos if, quote, the guests can't handle it. But in this same discussion, Caleb then touted that most of his guests are also fans of his.
You know, talking to them, I think it, like, really invites in a lot of aggression and one-on-one aftermath that they're not protected from, and they are just some person that you just told the world doesn't have any resources to defend themselves. And I think it just, like, inherently you're knowingly putting people in pretty shitty situations.
It's literally just, look at this poor, ha 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 ha. Don't be poor like this, stupid poor.
I think that's, like, you know, I think I do want to have a conversation around some deeper things like that.
It's a very interesting perspective. I will say, on our end, we have conversations with them first, letting them fully aware. You have to remember that 99% of people around the show are also from the audience.
They're subscribers.
Yeah.
So most of your guests are fans?
Yeah.
By far. The early few were backstage because there's no fan base. Right? Yeah, there's no fan base to pull from. But after that, it's just people.
Yeah, I think that kind of leads me into some other questions that I have then too. Is kind of like, I just want to hear your perspective on. I mean, there's just so much conversation online right now with, like, you know, the Miranda saying shit. Like, I'm sure you've seen that way over everything. You know, creator fan dynamics. I thought most of the guests on your show weren't fans, so it's. I love it. It's kind of makes it feel worse to me. You kind of knowingly have a power dynamic off there, a power imbalance off the bat, you're a creator, they're a fan of you. They're not going to say something against you. They're not going to say you said something. They're not going to go against. They look up to you. You're a fan of you, and you're kind of knowingly like exploiting them, knowing that they're a fan. Like that makes it worse to me, dog. Like, that's
I'm curious why it's exploitation though.
Dude, I can't believe Nicole said all this shit straight to his face in their studio. That's awesome. Dude, fuck Caleb Hammer. I mean,
it's an hour
super ho diddly ho.
podcast where you tell the world this person has a lot of debt and you berate them and then don't protect them in the aftermath.
I was going to say, this conversation is had in the comments section of every one of our videos.
Oh, sorry, Brandon. This is actually pathos, brother. It's pathos.
So I guess my
Kratos.
question is, why is it their responsibility to anticipate this potentially horrendous backlash and personal attacks, and then
duh, Nicole, because if they didn't want to get made fun of for being poor, then they should have thought about that before they were born poor. Boom. Gotcha.
subsequently voice their discomfort and make a difficult request to the person they're a fan of? You know, they would rather not disappoint you. Why would the creator himself bear no responsibility for being even slightly mindful of this power dynamic at play? And on TikTok, it's even more evident that Caleb's content tends to appeal to a slew of unsavory characters. There are plenty of comments exuding similar misogynistic sentiments or thanking Caleb for showing them someone worse off than them because it makes them feel better.
And let's just be real. When it comes to content, all Caleb does is shill for capitalism because he benefits from it. He loves it so much, and he wants his audience
That's
to
what
love it
everything is, guys. The religion, you're not worshiping God. You're worshiping capitalism. That's what it's for, you know? It's all for capitalism. That's why, like, we all just need to recognize, like, literally every one of your problems, I feel like I can point to it exactly being caused by capitalism. Everything. Crime, disease, like, dude, but all crime is just from poverty. Like, poor people do crime to survive. That's it, for the most part. And then rich people do crime because they are mentally ill.
And by showing people suffering in dramatically worse positions than them on a regular basis, they may really start to feel better about their own likely stressful and also not too great situation. But should they? Should they feel personally responsible for these intended effects of a system set up to never let them reach the top unless they put their head down and do as they're told at the expense of their sanity, or exploit others, or lick the boss's boots? I mean, who really benefits from the message that Caleb perpetuates? I don't know, kind of giving Fed flags. Just one little nugget to ponder here.
But there's also a large number of comments containing dog whistles used by those associated with the alt-right to insinuate racist and anti-Semitic remarks. At the very least, it is absolutely Caleb's responsibility to at least try to moderate his comment sections or try to stay on top of this kind of harassment towards his guests. And in my opinion, Caleb should be doing far more to ensure that these hateful commenters don't feel empowered to make these statements based on his perceived lack of empathy, his shame tactics, and his crude portrayal of the guest.
Dude, who the fuck is this rat? Prosaic Strands? Hello, sorry to bother you. I want to offer promotion of your channel. Get out of here. How do I delete this? Rat. Whatever.
Right now, Caleb appears to be incredibly complicit in that matter, and quite frankly, totally fine with it, which is precisely the problem. Why doesn't he view that as a legitimate problem? And while it's true that you cannot control the actions of others, I do think it's your responsibility as a content creator with a platform to be mindful of the content you make and who it's attracting. If bad people feel empowered to say really hateful things on your content about the guests that you expose to them, and you're not doing anything to remedy it or look inwards at your own contribution to it, then like I said, you are absolutely complicit. Between July 2nd and 6th, 2023, information began coming out about Kkkaleb sending a voice message to a former guest of the show, which documents him asking that guest to do OnlyFans with a, quote, friend of his, very explicitly.
The main reason I haven't wanted to have this conversation...
This is a voice memo. If you were going to ask someone to do OnlyFans that you just met, and you know personally that, you know, the thing that you're doing, that you're helping the FBI do, in my opinion, allegedly, it's probably not the most legal thing. Now, would you text your illegal requests in a text message? I certainly wouldn't. Would you then go, I shouldn't text this because then they'll have, you know, they could use that against me as evidence. I shouldn't text. Next thing I'll do is voice message. I'm going to voice message them. So not only can I not just be like, oh, my friend took my phone and texted that. There's nothing. They have the voice that is uniquely identifiable to Kkkaleb. Smartest guy in the world.
Via text is... Sorry, I had to burp. One.
Dude, Dr. Salvation, does this end with him in prison? Is Timothy McVeigh in prison? How do you think this ends? How do you... You know how Roger ended? Roger ended with Dante and Nicole handing the FBI a 90-page document. and then Dante and Nicole getting a Fed put on them. Hold on, someone's at my door. I'm going to keep this playing.
I'm not used to OnlyFans.
It's probably Paul.
Straight up. It's not really my scene. You know, I'm a personal finance dude. I don't really know anything about that. Two, I'm straight. I'm like 90% straight. I've definitely fooled around because I'm open-minded. And, you know, when you get drunk, whatever. But, you know, so, and this is like a, you know, a man-on-man thing. But essentially, I think, well, from the conversation I had with him, the pay will be dependent on what you're willing to do, and what you're willing to do is set by you. So what he would like to do, you guys make out. He would like to do that. What he would like you guys to do, him fill you up. He would like to do that. You can say no about any of these. He would like to play with your dick. And see, that's why I didn't want to type this out either, because that's like weird for me to say. I don't, you know, it's not like we're friends or anything, but that's what he wants to do. He wants to give you a blowjob. I was also told and confirmed with him that your face would be hidden, blurred out and hidden. Your identity would be hidden. And then if you wanted to give a blowjob, you could. Again, you would make more from that. And, you know, he would eat your butt. And you would make more for that. You can say no as well. You know, you could top him, he could top you. Whatever you're willing to do comes with more money, but you could literally do nothing. You could literally just lay back and let him just touch you for the video. And I guess for some reason his subscribers love that, and you'd get paid for it. So really, that's what it is. And, you know, there's things that I think I don't feel comfortable talking about in this kind of situation, and I'd be happier to talk over in person. Maybe I'm just that kind of person. So you just let me know what you think.
All of that discourse was deleted from his subreddit to stop any further discussion and stop people from asking about the objectively disturbing and verifiably documented claims. Zeke, who was only 19 at the time, claims that Kkkaleb coerced and pressured him into sexual conversations and subsequently assaulted him after multiple attempts to communicate his discomfort. He claims that after the assault, Kkkaleb made him sign an NDA and then went on to gaslight him and his audience about the experience for weeks to come.
Could you tell me about what happened
Yeah, this shit with Zeke is fucked up, right? Someone just dropped off some cat food for the feral cats in the back. But yeah, dude, fuck Caleb. Zeke is... Let's just keep watching it. I'll catch up in a second.
Happened after your experience on Caleb Hammer's show, Financial Audit?
So right after we got done filming, his friend left. He sat me down on his couch in the living room and he asked me if I wanted to do another show, another production. I was like, yeah, cool. And then he just quickly, like after 2 minutes of talking, ended that conversation. And for about like 5-10 minutes, it felt like forever. He kept asking if I like would do sexual favors for him, basically. What it felt like was him trying to say, oh, it's for OnlyFans, because he was recording it. He wanted to record it, but it really just felt like he wanted to have sex with me. Like, it really was just like very uncomfortable.
Zeke has also made the claim that Caleb inappropriately touched him after the filming of their second episode together. Yeah, you're claiming he actually touched you inappropriately as well?
Yeah, he did. He locked me in his house.
Dude, guys, does this remind you of like the Diddy and Lil Rod? Is that his name? Yeah, Lil Rod, the guy who filed that lawsuit against Diddy. Did you read through that? It's like for months he was hired to be a producer, to produce a record for him. He's like this, guy who isn't super famous, but he's like a record producer in Chicago. He gets him to come like live with him, and the whole time he realized it was literally just him trying to groom this guy. And so he thinks he's there producing a record. Zeke thinks he's here to produce a YouTube show. But no, it's always got to change, because that's how they do this. Like, even people who get into escorting and end up getting trafficked, it's always showing up for a job interview that is one thing, and then they change it. They always move the goalpost, because that's what these trafficking types and all these people who abuse other people do. Because they know that what they're doing is wrong, and they just know that there's a percentage of the population that can be coerced into doing stuff because they haven't been taught, like, that you have bodily autonomy and you can say fucking no. Like, some people are such people pleasers and stuff that they, a lot of people get hurt this way because it's hard to say no, especially when you're with a person that you like idolize. Like, this is so sinister, and you see how fucking, like, it is a regiment at this point, right? It's like, oh, we finished shooting the thing, and then 5 minutes goes by, and he's like, hey, you want to work on another thing? The producer or the editor, whoever was in the room, leaves. That's what they always describe. It's like, oh, then the friend left because now it's time to try and coerce, right? Like, it's like a literal step-by-step guide. I could see the CIA being like, okay, so here's what you do. You just keep pressuring people into doing shit that they don't want to do and get them alone in a room. And then imagine that it's not Zeke. Zeke is a pretty cool, tough dude. Like I think he threatens Caleb at some point, which is like, yeah, stop fucking touching me, But if it's a woman, like... they know what they're doing. And being a YouTube host is the point. It's because that's what they want. They want to have that little bit of power over them. They want to have, like, to be able to, leech off of their fucking fans and followers. How fucked. Dude, what a dirtbag.
After the second filming, when his friend who helps him film, he left, I was locked in his house, and...
Yeah, dudes, this is all still happening. Scott Schaefer, the guy who made this documentary that Nicole is using, he released this like a month or two ago. And then Caleb and Dante and Nicole were the first people that I saw talking about this, and that it's probably been like maybe 6 months. I don't even think that much, like a couple months. So yeah, it's very fresh. And right now, nothing, like, he's not in prison. He's not going to prison, This, dude, if he don't work with the FBI, then I'm the Queen of England. We'll see. But nothing happens to these people. that's where the brazenness comes from. That's where, when everyone was like, Miranda Sings is texting with children, and then she comes back and is making her YouTube show again. Are you crazy? But of course she is. What does she have to be afraid of? She's got the fucking FBI.
He sat me down on his couch in the living room, and he was trying, like, the reason why I was on those shows so many times is because I was looking for opportunity, and he kept promising opportunity aside from the OnlyFans stuff, but he was really trying to lure me in with that. He was breadcrumbing me. And so the second time we filmed, I was on the couch, and he would not let me leave. He would not pay me what I was owed for that filming, and essentially he didn't give me the money until he groped me. And I needed that money to go home, because he knew all my personal finances. He knew how much money I had. I had no money when I showed up. I had zero money because I had spent it on gas to get to Austin. He knew that.
Okay, how much did he?
Yeah, and of course he knows that. Like, there's no way that Zeke would have come there without being like, "You're gonna pay me in cash when I'm there," and he yeah, sure. He knows all of, he just also looked at all of their financial documents.
He claimed he was going to be giving you
Thousands.
And how much
the
did you?
The contract was thousands of dollars, and he only paid me less than $200 for filming.
He has detailed his experience with receipts across social media in an attempt to get people to hear his story, but his unfiltered demeanor has been twisted against him to paint him as a, quote, crazy person with no basis for his claims. This has been met with intense harassment from Caleb's fans and an overall warped narrative about Zeke being an unreliable source that's, quote, clout chasing? Caleb and his fans' deflection of Zeke's allegations have been based on the fact that, quote, Zeke threatened Caleb's life and doxed him. Zeke has acknowledged that he was overcome with emotion, frustration, and the lack of accountability taken from Caleb. He also says that those statements, which he himself has already posted and addressed, were a reflection of his own declining mental state due to the severity of his experience and were not legitimately violent threats. No one condones the behavior or words exhibited in.
Dude, if Caleb touched me, it wouldn't be threats, brother, you know? Like, Zeke could have beat the ever-living fuck out of him and still been in the right. He already told him no, and then he gropes him? That's fucking okie doke time.
In those instances, even Zeke himself. And yet, it continues to be used as, in my opinion, an illegitimate reason to disregard everything else Zeke has detailed and shown.
Right? I mean, this is literally the CIA's playbook. This is exactly what they tell their assets to do. Gaslight. Use the mental health industry against them. Always. That's always what it is. That's everyone coming into, you know, my friends and families like, oh, Cat Dad has psychosis. Cat Dad's crazy. Cat Dad's crazy. Like, you stupid feds. It's such a tell now, too. It's so awesome. Like, no normal person would ever be like, you're a little manic right now. Like, get the fuck out of here. Have you ever cared about anything in your life, you feds?
Evidence of leading up to that moment. At the end of the day, there is no perfect victim, and the internet's treatment of Zeke has been incredibly telling. And Zeke wasn't the only former guest who was offered OnlyFans by Caleb. A video was posted on July 5th, 2023, with evidence from a different guest of his show saying he proposed OnlyFans to her as well. This video also calls out the fundamental issues with his content and the type of audience.
Yeah, I like wearing my green shirt because then I just turn into a head. I like this shirt, and I really like my Hot Girls Have Hobbies Peter Thiel shirt. I need to make another order on hghh.store soon because I only have 2 shirts, and I need about 10 because I used to wear Teddy Fresh, and now I don't. I can't. but that's okay. All of the hghh.store merch is literally made better than all Teddy Fresh. Feels nicer. Ooh, it's great. So if you're in need of a shirt, and I'm looking into merch, guys. Look, I've got a whole note card with all of my things that I want to do, and I'm trying to think of some cool ass shit that will actually be useful and actually be cute and isn't just like a money grab. I'm trying to think of cool things that you guys would like or use or whatever. But yeah, so that's coming. Yeah,
audience
I'm a little
invites.
manic right
It
now.
was created and posted with zero knowledge of the actively unfolding situation regarding Zeke. This video, although created, like we said, with no knowledge of Zeke's allegations, kicked off a lockdown on Caleb Hammer's subreddit. Every time the video was posted, it was removed, and anyone who asked about the situation got banned or had their comment or post deleted. After this happened, Caleb, who is also the moderator of his own subreddit, posted twice. Once asking for opinions on if it's, quote,
That's just like lame. Right? Isn't that lame to moderate your own subreddit? That feels forced, right? But I mean, it just means that you're hiding shit. Like, as soon as H3 banned me from their subreddit, that's when I was like, oh, okay, so this is not like an actual subreddit. It's not like a bunch of fans came together and made it. No, it's like H3's people. Mossad.
creepy to offer OnlyFans to his former guests, and another to, quote, thank everyone for their responses, despite deleting and deflecting everyone's very real criticism and evidence. Hi, while I was editing this video on March 31st, 2024, I actually received another new tip regarding Caleb's OnlyFans offers. This person, who wishes to remain anonymous in relation to this whistleblowing, ended up not doing their planned episode of Financial Audit due to their discomfort with Caleb's OnlyFans offer, and she told him that outright, as we can see in these messages from August 12th, 2022. She even says, I really hope you don't act that way with other women in the future, because it just seems like you were okay with inviting me because I did OnlyFans and you thought I'd make content with you.
Yup.
When we compare that to his surprise by the general reaction to this information coming to light at the time of his Reddit post in July 2023, it becomes abundantly clear that his naivete towards the appropriateness of these offers.
Did I show you guys that I ear tipped myself so I look like my kitties? Because all the feral cats, when you get them spayed or neutered, that's what my wife does that a lot. It's called TNRing, trap, neuter, return, where you trap them and then get them spayed or neutered, and then if they can come in, you bring them in. And if they, a lot of cats are very happy being outside and don't like people. So if they can't get adopted or whatever, then you just release them. But the way that you can tell if they have been spayed or neutered is they have an ear tip like this. It's just the tip of their ear just gets a little splice off. So if you ever see a cat out on the street with an ear tip, that just means that it's been spayed or neutered before. But yeah, so I ear tipped my hat.
And OnlyFans as a whole was a strategic tactic rather than any indication of any sort of truth, in my opinion. What I find especially interesting is the voice memos included in the messages, which not only aided in verifying the validity and follows the pattern of other accusers' evidence, but it also helped us identify some additional conflicting information coming from Caleb himself.
Well, you're killing it either way. I'm kind of jealous. That beats my Patreon by far. I honestly, this is so silly, and I would never announce this out loud to the world, but I considered, what would it be like if I started one, just because, I don't know, I find that stuff kind of fun. Once I was 100,000 subscribers, because that would pay for things, but I don't know. One, I'm not hot, so I don't think a lot of people would sign up. And two, I think that would, financial, and then OnlyFans, I don't know if they mesh together for, one person. But again, if you ever have I have a hard time dropping money on this kind of stuff, but if you ever have a trial, let me know. Oh my God.
A trial? You're such a broke ass bitch, Caleb.
So stupid. There's definitely 50,000 questions I want to ask
Dr.
right
Salvation,
now that
thanks for
I
hanging.
should not ask right now.
Appreciate you.
Well, I mean, honestly, they're pretty freaking inappropriate, and I don't know. I feel like the risk probably isn't worth it because so many people just get like in trouble, and I do. Oh, fuck, yeah, I don't want that. I should probably just be 100% professional, right? You tell me. Like, there's this dude. He worked for Rooster Teeth, and
Yeah, dude, I agree. Like, he knows. You said he knows what he knows he's doing something disgusting. He's embarrassed. You can hear it in his voice. Yeah, for sure. You know that he knows what he's saying is wrong and bad, and dude, it's just so funny. I know he's doing the voice. Come here, buddy. He's doing the voice memo because he's lazy, right? But yeah, and then he's quiet because he's embarrassed. Do you see Squeak's ear tip? See? Dude, Caleb on bum fights, he deserves bum fights for sure. Did you talk about bum fights yesterday too, or is this a second person bringing up bum fights out of randomly? Yesterday when someone said, I was like, dude, I forget what we were talking about, but saying that someone needed to be in bum fights, and now I can't stop thinking of putting these assholes in fucking bum fights and literally going and doing, what was that guy's name? The famous guy that was in bum fights and then he died. I forget, but yeah, whatever. I want Elon Musk and Peter Thiel in a bum fight.
His name is Ryan.
I would literally sword fight either of them, like actual swords. Yeah, I gotta make it clear what swords I'm talking about with Peter Thiel, because he'll get a little too excited. Dude, these people are awful, and there's no way either of them could fight with a sword or shoot a gun, you know? So either kind of duel they want to do, I'll help. I'll do it. I'm down. I'm down to clown.
in Haywood, and he did some bad stuff. Now, this isn't even close to what was in my head, but he actually slept with fans, and he traded stuff back and forth, and he was hitting on a ton of people. But I think the worst part of it,
he's like, that's okay, right? That's okay. I can say this. Is this okay?
Was a couple of them seemed like they were underage, and he also just did some grooming stuff, which was really bad. Now, of course, this is nothing even close.
Oh, so he knows what grooming is. He knows that there's problems with saying weird stuff about underage kids, right? So why does he behave the way he behaves?
Close to anything that I'm even talking about. But the fact that I witnessed that in real time a year and a half ago, now that my channel's taken off, it just puts an extra extra level of fear in every conversation that I have with anyone online now, because one misstep and then boom, canceled.
He has
Dude, you know what I just realized? John Hankey's and Nicole's editing styles. Nicole is also younger John Hankey. We are all John Hankey.
considered starting an OnlyFans because he finds that stuff kind of fun. He's aware that his financial content and OnlyFans do not mesh, and it's not a good idea to combine the two. And he references this situation with Ryan Haywood as a worry of his now that his channel has, quote, taken off. But then he goes on to assure her that what he's doing is nothing like that. But he's still worried? Why would you be so worried about something similar happening to you if you aren't doing something, I don't know, kinda similar? Just food for thought. Okay, back to the story.
Yeah,
On
Caleb.
July 5th, 2023, a subreddit called r/CreepyKalebHammer was created, and people who had been banned from his space started to gather there to discuss the situation. The very next day, on July 6th, Caleb Hammer contacted the creator of this video, asking him to meet up and, quote, clear his name, despite him having around 100 subscribers at the time. And for reference, Caleb had around 500,000. But he seemed awfully concerned with containing some...
Dude, I truly, at this point, I don't think it's possible to get over 50,000 followers. I mean, I think if you have over 50K, you are a fed. I don't think it's possible, dude. Maybe is Lolo the only person who blew up before TikTok stopped letting leftists blow up or something? Because I don't think people can be over definitely 100K, but 50K and lower those are the real humans. But yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure when I get to 50K, I will be a fed. So I'm sorry, guys.
story,
fed.
and Dante seemed to have struck a nerve. Dante proposed an
Dude, I've never realized that Dante has this as his thing. I tell jokes, but I never lie. That is exactly me. Yeah,
but
that's how
he seemed awfully
that's how I try and
concerned
think
with
of it.
containing some story, and
People are always like, I can't tell if this thing you said is a lie or real. But like, I'm trying to think. I mean, maybe I do lie sometimes when I'm being overly exaggeration-y, but I feel like I always just say the truth, but just say it in like the worst way possible or the most real the real way that it should be said instead of all these euphemisms that we say. But yeah, I feel the same way. I tell jokes, but I don't lie.
Dante seemed to have struck a nerve. Dante proposed an interview at a neutral location despite Caleb's attempt to have him travel to his studio.
Dante and Nicole too just told me that Caleb's team sent a cease and desist to someone. One of the people who was like on his pod or something and was upset about, you know, like the way that he treats them there and was talking out about it.
To record it himself and, in Dante's opinion, try to control the narrative further. Upon arriving to the interview, Caleb and his editor Brandon refused to roll the cameras, were really insistent that all recording devices were off, and instead opted to read through the interview questions and just kinda deflect personal involvement and blame. But given that Texas is a one-party consent state when it comes to recording,
yeah, boys, after this stream, I need everyone to figure out whatever state. First off, figure out what state you live in. Second step, type in your search browser of choice. Is my state a one-party voice recording consent state or what? And figure it out, because if it is, you should be recording everything all the time. If you go to Caleb Hammers in Texas, you can record and you don't have to tell him, okay? A lot of places are like this. I think it's just California's. Oh, I think California is a two-party consent. But anyway, there's a couple states where you have to have the permission of the other person. But it's like, what? Why? You're a person and you're in that physical space. You should be able to record whatever the fuck you want. But anyway, if it's a one-party consent, record. You can always record. And if it's a two-party consent, record and just don't tell them that you recorded it.
yeah, we have a secret recording. At the time, we still really wanted to think the best of him. We were giving him all benefits.
Sorry, I kind of fucked up Nicole's
Instead,
setup
opted to read through the interview questions and just kinda deflect personal involvement and blame. But given that Texas is a one-party consent state when it comes to recording, yeah, we have a secret recording. At the time, we still really wanted to think the best of him. We were giving him all benefit of the doubt. We wanted to believe the things he was telling us. We thought we'd never have to do anything with the secret recording. By the end of the conversation,
it's too bad that Caleb decided otherwise. Caleb said, no, I need to give Dante and Nicole an excuse to use this recording against me because I can't help myself. I freaking can't help but text and email young people and ask them about OnlyFans. Same with Miranda. She's like, it's a freaking compulsion, man. I can't stop.
Caleb did agree to remove part of his video per our criticism surrounding his exploitation of guests. It's a clip where he suspects a guest could be pre-diabetic and literally tests their blood sugar mid-episode. I don't think I need to explain why that's just kind of icky. Caleb also said he would likely be willing to meet up in a couple weeks from the original meeting on July 6th for a recorded interview, or for us to shadow his show. Dante followed up on this offer, and unsurprisingly, we've not received a response from Caleb since.
Lies.
Conversation around Caleb was minimal during that time period from July 2023 up until September 2023. It was at that time that Dante again began posting about Kkkaleb Hammer and his lack of accountability on the very real issues that we discussed with him in person. This was immediately met with intense harassment from Kkkaleb's fans, or bots, whatever they are. But unsurprisingly, given that Kkkaleb has sanitized his subreddit at this point and all of his socials to avoid any more inquiries or discussion from fans or critics, anything within his highly moderated echo chamber. This is also when it became really clear that anyone who talked about Kkkaleb would really suspiciously be hit with a bunch of fans commenting vaguely similar things. Dante's initial TikTok in September, in reference here, quickly garnered over 100,000 views before it was allegedly mass reported and removed the same day it was posted. On September 15th, 2023, HGHH Media and Dante sent a final email to Kkkaleb Hammer and team with the original interview questions and one final request for comment. They informed him of the recording that they had of their previous meeting and that it would be cited in this article published on their website. This article...
Dude, I'm never, ever, ever, ever gonna get over the fact that Roger Clyer was run off the internet by a girl and Dante. I'll never, ever, ever get over that Austin Russell was run off the internet by Dante and a girl. And I'm never gonna get over the fact that Kkkaleb, one day, soon, will be run off the internet, and it'll all be because of a girl. Kkkaleb will never be able to forget that. He'll never get over that, guys. He will lay awake at night thinking about this for the rest of his life. It's like, I was so lazy, so lazy, that a girl with an internet connection and fucking access to Ancestry.com got me because I'm lazy. I didn't do my crimes good enough. I didn't try and hide the horror that I was doing to people. Dummy.
Article published September...
Owned by a girl, Kkkaleb.
16th, 2023, details all of the previously discussed controversies, along with an additional allegation surrounding a potential secret stream, private Discord, and a suspicious $700...
Yeah, these corporate media networks could never... You're never gonna come at us like Nicole, Dante, and Cat Dad will. Ever. Dude, we always talk about how crazy making it must be that we have, like, there's no infrastructure between the three of us. It's literally just us texting and being like, hey, what's up? You want to do this? Just texting all day, and then just brain melding and creating an entire, like, campaign against individuals together simultaneously, like, on the fly. That is hurting the FBI. They do not like that. But hey, you guys should learn. You guys should learn to be a little more nimble, you know, be on your toes. Come on, feds. You got to adapt. You got to adapt to the current day and age, right? Or you got to take us out because we just keep yapping and we keep growing. Y'all keep helping us grow.
$1 consultation. When asked about this Discord...
This is real journalism for real. Dude, you know what? I'm not like tooting my own horn or anything, but I was thinking about this the other day that, like, it's so funny that, like, the only fucking journalism that's happening and the only real shit that's happening is, like, a dude who's wearing a tinfoil cat hat and then, like, you know, a couple kids like Dante and Nicole and just a bunch of rapscallions, you know, Corn Dog and Lolo. Like, they spent 100 years building these fucking media empires to control every aspect of our lives and to keep us dumb, and they're gonna get owned by a bunch of goofy ass people on TikTok, a bunch of clowns. So, but yeah, dude, I try, I'm not a journalist, but I try my best to do what's, you know, what a real journalist would do, If you guys ever need to give me tips or whatever, like, please do, because I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just a video person who wanted to hear the stuff that I'm saying coming out of someone else's mouth, and it never came, so I started saying it, you know? But, you know, we're just figuring it out as we go, but that's very, very kind of you. I love that you said it's real journalism. I try, you know, we try and set a high standard here. We don't look for the glitzy glamour shit. You know, we're here to clown, but we're also here for figuring it out, right? We want the fucking truth. I'm so done with these lies and all this BS, right? So screw it. If they aren't going to tell us the truth, then me and my army of 50 nitwitches who are going to investigate the fuck out of all this with me will figure it out. We don't need anyone. We don't need CNN. We don't need ABC. We don't even need our government to protect us, because we'll fucking do it.
During their in-person meeting, Kkkaleb told us that he, quote, doesn't do the Discord. That was about all he had to say. Kkkaleb also claims that his mentorship sessions are no longer able to be purchased and that he has refunded anyone who tried to book a session, allegedly. When interviewing Zeke, he also shed some light on these allegations.
During one of our conversations, you mentioned that Kkkaleb was on Discord before one of your shoots.
Oh, and dude, I'm going to text Dante and ask if I don't know. They have like a 90-page document about Roger Clay that they handed into the FBI before we realized that the fucking FBI was literally running the scheme. But Dante and Nicole, like, I look at myself as like a goof, but I look at Dante and Nicole as like real honest to God journalists. And dude, Nicole's website is the only website that is doing journalism. That's it. I cannot believe that Peter Thiel's dad is a literal straight up Nazi, and the only person who knows that and talks about that is Nicole. It's so embarrassing that ABC and all these news sources, I mean, of course they don't, because they're Nancy's too, you know, but like, yeah. It's just us, guys. We're the only ones.
Could you explain that a little bit?
My understanding is that people privately pay to watch the interviews live. That's what he said. I vlog and stream, and I asked if I can stream it, and he just said, no, people are paying to watch this. I can send you footage of him saying people are paying to watch this live.
I want to stream on Twitch. You want to stream? We can
Twitch is great.
Live. I don't have any followers. That's the thing.
I don't want it to stream live because these people are paying to watch it.
Okay. On Discord.
Like Zeke is being filmed and it's sent out to his Discord currently? Is that what he was saying? Dude, these people are straight up bad people. That's crazy, right? That's how he found out that he's already being like recorded live. So what? There's just people who pay Kkkaleb to watch his Discord live stream all day? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Nicole's Ting Tong candle is that who you're asking? It's cool and disabled. And also the Hello Alphabet Agency's podcast account. You should be able to find her from there too.
Okay, let's just record then.
So I think it's worth.
That Zoom is so good.
Okay. On Discord?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Dude, look, he's so weird. Look at him the whole time. He's like staring over at that other camera with the pen in his mouth.
I don't have any followers. That's the thing.
I don't want it to stream live because these people are paying to watch it.
Okay. On Discord?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Dude, that is a man who is not offering any more information for a reason. What is going on? What kind of operation are they running over there?
Okay, let's just record then.
So I think it's worth looking into further.
Dude, you want a HGHH.store shirt right now? Dude, let me just spin through here because I got to get a couple more shirts too. Okay, so, you know, we've got our favorite shirt right now is this. Peter Thiel is a Fed in green, deep forest green. I also have one of the shirts in natural. I like that too. We got navy, white, blue denim. That's kind of nice. Smoke gray. And the other thing that, dude, the buttons. Nicole is a genius. But I need this one. I have these 3. And I'm going to get all of them again, I think, in different colors because I'm never going to wear Teddy Fresh ever again. And soon we are going to have knitted anus gear, I promise, and it's going to be cool. But yeah, if you guys ever think of any cool merch ideas, let me know because I will put it on the list. You know, we're all about collaboration. I'm just looking, I am a vessel of content for you. You all lead the way, though.
Minimum, not feeling great about it. Over the next few months, the Creepy Caleb Hammer subreddit that was created back in July gained traction as more and more people found it, from being banned from his official one or from seeing TikToks. So let's just go through a summary of key moments discussed in this community from about fall 2023 leading up to the new allegations that emerged from Scott Schaefer's video in March 2024.
Talk about the allegations! Dude, I miss so many things from the H3 pod, but I'm so stoked that we've got it building here. I need to get on a soundboard though. That is something we need, right?
A consistent topic of discussion has always been his thumbnails and titles. While some find it easy to brush off as merely comedy or just some dumb clickbait, a lot of people have expressed very real concerns with the ableism, misogyny, and racism, frankly, displayed in some of these thumbnails. Caleb has also tried saying that it's okay because he gets guest approval.
Has Caleb ever had a white man on his show getting like ripped apart? You see, it's always a very specific kind of person, right? That couldn't be like targeted, right? And intentional, right? That he's like, it looks like he's always like berating and ridiculing minorities. But no, he wouldn't actually do that, right? He wouldn't do that.
But as you can see in this interview with a former guest named Gia from Scott Schaefer's video, she didn't seem to...
Dude, yes, Freckle Poet, I am telling you, everything is connected, and it is finally making sense, right? Like, it's crazy, but it makes so much sense. It's like, they've been pretending like they're all these disparate, like, separate groups, but no, it's just the Catholic Church, right? It's the Catholic Church. They were like, oh, we've got our Catholic people. We've got our spin-off show, the Mormons. We've got our other spin-offs, the Nancys. Like, you guys know that, like, the whole Nancy thing, didn't Hitler have to go to, like, the Vatican? Like, the Vatican selected Hitler for Germany. And, like, the Vatican has been leading everything, right? And they've just been tricking us by pretending that they're separate groups and not letting on so much that the fucking, that the Mormons have as much power and control in America as they do. But it is connected. Like, I'm literally saying that, in my opinion, Miranda sings, Caleb, some of the makeup people, James Charles, all these people, it is a literal conspiracy. Like, I think that they all work together. I think that they are they all have their bosses who's probably the same person, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And it is all connected. The Mormon stuff is connected to all of this. The Mormon stuff, I think, is the biggest driver of the Zionist push in I-word. I think it is. I think it's them. It's mostly them. They're so much bigger than we know. but yeah, man, and they always want us to think that nothing is connected and history is a million years ago, but history is your parents' age, you know, and everything, literally everything is connected. The world is so much smaller than we all kind of realize, I think, you know. I work in TV and film, and so I've been like around rich people before and famous people, and the thing that most people don't get is how tight-knit and small these communities are. Like, even TV and film, you know, is a very small community, but that kind of showed me how small the world is, because, you know, people are coming from all over. I've never met this person, and then we talk for a couple minutes and we know 3 people in common or something, you know, or like they all are like, you also realize too that they're all like families. Like this is like the family business, you know? So that was another thing that kind of triggered in my head, but yeah, man, it's all connected and it's all for a very specific purpose. They are pushing for white America and white world. That's what they want. They want the worst food and the worst culture in history. They want just white people. So you're going to be eating Jell-O with ham in it for the rest of your miserable life as a slave.
To know about it.
Now, Caleb, look, wait, did you see that? You want to see exact proof for how we know Caleb is a demon?
But as you can see in this interview with a former
gross, and mayonnaise and ham Jell-O.
guest
That's
named
what's
Gia
coming.
from Scotland.
Look at this. 666K. I knew it. The devil. Caleb is the devil. 666K? There's only one way he could get that many. There literally is only one way he could get this many views, and that is with bots. There is a 0% chance that 666,000 people watched this fucking video. 0% chance. That's the thing, guys. We all gotta the internet is totally dead, and we have figured it out, but how do we get everyone else to figure it out, you know? That's what I want to know.
Scott Schaefer's video, she didn't seem to know about it.
No, wait, you sent me, can you resend it to me now, the family tree with the teals and the bushes? I don't think I saw that, but I would like to. I try and get through all the comments and stuff, but it's hard sometimes, and I'm very scatterbrained, so it's my fault. But please send it again.
Now, Caleb has claimed on many occasions that guests on the show get a say on the thumbnail design and titles of.
But I know that I feel like the teal. I think Peter is the top, or very up there. I think Peter is maybe the new H-dub, right? And then you look back at Nancy Society and how that started. You know what the original Nancys were called? The Tool Society. THULE. And that to me feels like Teal Society. You know? I'm just saying, it just feels perfect, you know? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But of course, dude, I have been feeling that teal and the Clyers and the bushes are related. I feel it in my bones. I know they are. All of these Nancys are related. It's a very tight-knit group of lunatics. And they've all just spread out throughout the entire world. It's such a nightmare, guys.
their videos, and that he would never create those over-the-top designs unless the guest was okay with it. But after speaking to a former guest of the show, Gia, she said something entirely different. Caleb put her in a jail outfit in the thumbnail, wrote scum on her chest, and titled the video that she deserves jail. Gia claims she never agreed to that and was very disappointed how she was portrayed on the episode, claiming the bad parts were hyped up, which led to Caleb's fans attempting to dox her and ruin her life.
Like, we did the episode, they told me to hype up my bad parts, And so, like, to make me out to be like the bad guy, because that's like kind of his shtick. And so that video ended up
Bubsy,
being really,
if you sent it on TikTok, I'll just go look right now. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. I'll find it.
really, really bad, to the point where they were trying to dox me. They're trying to dox my husband. They're trying to dox my family.
That was
like
people who
comments,
watched
not
the episode.
Caleb himself.
Yeah, people who
I'm
watched
sorry, what?
People who watched the episode were trying to dox you.
Just his audience.
And one thing I want to ask is about the thumbnail of your video. It's you in a jumpsuit, and the title is "You Should Be in Jail," and it has scum written on your chest. Did you approve that thumbnail? You did not approve it.
No.
Hey guys, it's me editing again. It is now April 6th, 2024, and there was actually another guest from his most recent episode who confirmed they also had no say in the thumbnail and did not approve it. So, I don't know, man. It's pretty weird that all these people feel duped by Caleb, but still he continues to push back.
It is a program at this point. He's just following the script. Just doing whatever. No rules. He's got the FBI backing him. What the fuck does he have to be scared of?
You know, like, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a silly animated character. Okay, back to the story again. There was obviously a lot of discussion around who had been banned from the main sub and why. A lot of discussion around cognitive dissonance and the cult mentality they were seeing on display by Caleb Hammer's fans.
Yeah, exactly. Kiss Caleb's ass or get doxxed. And that's exactly what the cease and desist is. That's what all of this is. They know that they have power over people, and that's the point. It's the point. And it's just to keep creating a perpetual cycle of little fucking incels like Mr. Beast fans who just want to go around and make everyone miserable so that they can continue collecting their chips and screwing everyone else. It's so gross. All these Nancys. Mr. Beast, King Nancy.
There was also a lot of chatter about Caleb's various money-making schemes and his questionable brand deals. One of these being his financial course. I think Chris Norland also did a great job here of explaining why this was just kind of off-putting. Not a great look.
What I really dislike about it is that you're picking on the weakest people out there in the world, and
Hold on, my computer's melting down. Let me close a couple things. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. This is a M1. It should be grinding right now. Oh shit, boys. Guess what? Guess who's here? Daddy's home. Daddy's home. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can.
Am I live?
Wait, look at this.
Am I live? We gotta.
Wait,
we
hold
gotta
on.
put
I'm
on
gonna
our protective
just
eyewear.
get Dante in here. Did that work? Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I live?
Dante, are you
Oh
talking?
wait, we've been live the whole time. Wait, so you can't see me, but chat can.
Okay. Hold on. Stay with me, guys. Don't leave. Don't panic. I'm going to get this.
Okay, chat can for sure hear me.
Why can't I hear the Dante? Come on, Dante. Come on, you little guy. Come on, you little friend. Come on. Talk. Oh my goodness.
Maybe because I like unmuted the. Yeah.
Oh, it was
You can hear me?
Dante's the one who fucked it up. Dante muted himself.
Was
Wait,
I
where'd he
no,
go
you
now?
muted me.
There he is.
I'm right here.
Okay, dude, we fucking did it.
We did
I'm
it.
gonna go over here. What's up, bud?
Hey,
Wait, now I can't hear you again.
you can't hear me? No, my mic's on.
Try again, Dante.
My mic is for sure on now.
We did it. All
Hell
right.
yeah. What's
Here
up?
we go. How are you?
I'm good.
Fuck yeah. You want to watch the rest of this with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it like I can't see it on our stream because
Oh, you can't?
I
Wait,
like
I should
well,
be
I'm
able-
watching it on stream. I've seen the video like 40 times, dude. I'm
Well,
good.
no, but I want to be. I think I can send you the Wait, let me close out my. Oh, I'm gonna get this one of these days. Can you watch it
Yeah.
on Twitch? Or no, I guess you can't.
Don't worry about it. Just keep playing it, dude.
Copy.
I've seen the video 100 times.
You're
Does my
trying to
audio
teach
sound
them,
fine?
say,
Like,
hey,
there's-
you know, let's
kinda
make
echoing
fun
a
of
little
other
bit, but-
people like you. Let's feel bad about yourself, right? Let's make you cry. And moreover, please give me money to keep doing it. If you really did care about these people, you would put out all of this content for free on YouTube. I mean, this is what you do. It's like, why? I guess the problem I have with this stuff is like, why paywall more videos when you already have a video platform to do it? And the answer is greed.
Greed.
Throughout this period, Caleb also started putting out new podcasts and vlogs, and so that was obviously also a topic of discussion. There were a lot of really weird telling moments within those.
So what do I think of Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin? I think it's interesting. I think that Putin got elected for a reason.
As far as I know, the podcast has since been canceled and converted into what
Yeah.
appears to be an AI channel, I think.
Pause it real quick.
Boeing, a name synonymous with the
I
aviation
just have a
industry.
question. Are you playing audio through your speakers? Because I can hear everything I'm saying.
You can hear everything. What?
Like I'm getting a bad echo on
Oh,
myself.
you are? Yeah, I am. I'll turn it down though. I'll turn it
Okay.
off. I'll put my headphones on.
Okay. Sorry,
And,
chat. Chat, we're
OBS
officially doing an
virtual.
AMA. Ask me anything about Caleb Hammer because I know everything about him.
There, Dante, you can see now.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. This is perfect.
Okay.
And
then
I'm
I'll do
currently
the-
not echoing. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't even have to look at the stream except for chat.
Has built its legacy on the principles of innovation and pioneering new frontiers.
And I don't think we've seen a new vlog in a while either since Dante made this video.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna watch
today?
today? We are.
Say it again.
I was just answering 666 Mr. Bunny.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's because Corey had his speakers.
Yeah, it's not echoing now, right?
No, we're good now.
Are gonna watch Caleb Hammer's editor, Brandon Gorey, do a few weird things. The first of which is on their podcast, which is now canceled. I'm gonna choose to believe that I may have been partially responsible. So Brandon's gonna do Russian propaganda, and then Brandon's gonna do something even worse than that.
If you ask for the Hitler Youth.
It's the Nazi.
Can I get the
Oh wow, this is a weird
Okay,
inception.
It's just a joke. Don't freak out, Dante. It's just.
The only
I didn't
people
even mean
who
to
can
put on
talk
the
like
glasses.
yeah, dude, fuck yeah. The
These are just the best
Einsatzgruppen.
ones, dude. Yeah, they protect from Brandon, so I wear these when I think about him.
I need my hater blockers too.
Yeah. Does Caleb have any pending
Joe,
charges yet? Unfortunately not.
Dude, he'll never have pending charges.
Well, because like I'm for sure never gonna speak to the police about it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Someone can if they see a video and feds want to go in on a tip that we may or may not have put in at some point. But yeah,
Yeah,
I want him to face charges, dude. Oh, that's my Super Bowl. That's all I want.
Yeah. Like the last time that you helped the feds, what happened to you?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuckers.
Wait, did you say something about the cease and desist?
I
think I heard you say something.
I
earlier
just
about
said that he sent one to
Joe, I think that-
someone, right?
He sent another one. We found out today.
Oh fuck! Can we talk about it? You don't-
Yeah.
just say
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, no, we can talk about it because I made a TikTok about it. No, I didn't. I don't remember, but I almost made a TikTok about it. But yeah, we can. I'm just trying to think what I can say. I just don't want to give it
Well,
away. But
it doesn't really matter. We just need to know that he's doing it, right? And we think that
Yeah,
he's just doing it to throw his weight around,
Former-
right?
Yeah, so like lately the sentiment has like definitely changed. Just like on his subreddit. I think we got him to quit Reddit too, which is pretty fucking funny. But he sent a cease and desist to a person who was on his show like recently, and like they posted about it on the internet. Sorry, I kind of gave half of the people away with saying she, but
That's okay.
it's fine.
Oops.
She's cool, dude. She knows it's fake. And when I talked to him, and she said that fuck. She said that, what did she say? Her initial take was that the lawyer's fake too, because there's no
Dude.
way his lawyer's real.
Yeah, guys, we have a theory that that Caleb's lawyer, dude. Can I show the website?
Yeah, dude. Fuck
What? How do I get to it again? What's her name?
It's Tyler Chu Law at. No, it's just tylerchulaw.com. TYLERCHOU.
Yeah, this one. Dude, my computer is pissed about all this streaming. Holy fuck. Come on, boys. Open it up. Come on, daddy. Here we go. Okay.
It's probably this video thing.
So, dude, it's so funny that we're all independently like, no, this is an AI person, an AI lawyer. But, dude, look at this website. This is a lawyer website.
Check your activity monitor, because I have the stream open and it is lagging pretty bad.
Oh, really? I don't know what I can. I'm not sure what I could do.
I'm just like, if it's probably this thing we have going.
I think it's the ninja thing. Is it unwatchable?
What if I do this? What if I cut my video?
I feel like I should just be able to like hide. Here, wait. Don't uncut your video. Well, damn. Okay.
If I just cut it, it's probably fine.
Let's try it. And
I don't care. I don't need to be on camera. Hell yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Putin got elected
for a reason.
Pronunciation there wasn't really good. It's just a joke.
Can I get the Einsatzgruppen?
Say again.
Let's give it a second to catch up. Damn,
Catch up.
I can't believe that this is like.
This
is an M1.
We'll figure this out offline. I know.
Yeah.
Fed machine.
It's just a joke.
Stalin? Stop Stalin and be my Valentine.
Bin Laden?
That's fun.
Okay, somebody referenced Joseph Stalin. Brandon is now playing a game. It's just a game he's playing with himself. Brandon's the only one who knows about it, and it's all in Brandon's head. And the game is called Try Not to Tell Anybody That Stalin Was Worse Than Hitler. In case you don't know, this is the most difficult game for Brandon and people like him. The difficulty level is set up to 25,000. They're trying so hard to bite their tongue because they know that, you know, when you get in public and you say this kind of stuff, normal people are gonna be like, what are you talking about, brother? Let's see.
Yeah, check
if he's set.
You're still lagging pretty bad on stream. Check your activity monitor and see, like, someone said it's Streamlabs eating up all the GPU power, but I feel like
I don't have
using
Streamlabs.
You're using OBS.
I'm using just OBS, yeah. Activity feed.
Activity monitor, just check the shits. It's going burr.
Dude, what is my computer's never
I
had
don't know.
this much of a hard time. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just OBS is like eating it up, and Firefox, which is the video thing.
The stream.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Here, how would I call in? What's the easiest way to call me in? Just like Zoom, and my audio will be on the system, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. But
Yeah, just text me just like a Zoom link, or you want me to? Or
Yeah, if you
Discord?
could just
we
send me-
could just do a Discord too.
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
And
Okay,
you could just
we'll
screen
hop
share
on
it.
Discord.
Okay, that'll be easier.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Stand by. Stand back and stand by. We'll keep watching though.
That's it.
Is this
Yo,
better?
Stalin killed so many more people than Hitler. Mao Zedong, 100 million.
Okay, so he did it.
And
100
like,
million.
like Hitler pales in comparison.
Right.
Hugo Boss.
Yeah. They looked good as they were committing mass genocide.
Yeah.
Maybe we gotta cut all this
They were,
out.
well, I believe, I could be totally wrong, but the Dassler brothers, Adi Dassler.
And if you look at the other editor, that
Adi Dassler. Anyone who says Dassler brothers like Dassler, they should not be working anywhere near a YouTube channel. Am I right? The Dasslers. The Dasslers. All right, Dante, am I here? You here, buddy?
works with Brandon, he looks petrified right now because what Brandon just said
Dante?
is a fucking crazy thing to say.
We also had a nice little giggle when Caleb called Dante a creepy stalker. This was as a result of Dante.
You here?
You hear me?
Yeah, can you guys hear? Can you turn yours up a little bit, Dante? Or do I have a level for you? Cool. We're cooking. We're cooking, bitches.
Is that better?
Yep.
Dante
Much better.
messaging Caleb's new
Cool.
employee because, as you saw in those vlog and podcast clips, we had quite a few concerns and were genuinely worried about the guy. C'est la vie. There was also this anonymous note. It appears like this anonymous
Okay, this is sick.
poster
All right, I
first
just had
went
to
to
turn.
the
I was confused because I had the stream on and it was lagged behind.
Oh yeah, it's a couple seconds behind.
moderator of this subreddit who posted the note anonymously. However, they then went on to contact others like Dante. So while they want to remain anonymous, the validity of these claims has been verified by a couple different sources now. We still say allegedly because we always say allegedly, but allegedly this is pretty weird. Caleb also put out this merch which was really odd given the allegations against him. And of course, everyone was always keeping
Yo, can you
track
share your
of
screen
Caleb's
somehow with
erratic
me? Like what you're streaming? Because it's like, yeah, I don't see it, and then it's just lags behind. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to like react to something.
Here, try. Wait. Notify. Smoother video.
Yeah, just pick whichever one.
Is that working?
No. I saw it for like a split second. Just pick like the lowest resolution one so it doesn't take away from the stream.
The app doesn't. Oh my god. The fucking permissions. And then I gotta restart it. Fuck me. dude.
Restart Discord? Okay, that's not the end of the world.
It doesn't bring me to the settings though. Dude. Take me to the fucking system settings, you bitches.
Dude, I hate Macintosh computers.
Yeah, I'm like getting pretty fucking over it. Okay, let me put this on and then I'll
deflection online. By this point, he'd proven that, in our opinion, he might be the unreliable narrator that we might want some receipts for. And then, Scott Schaefer enters.
Dude, what in the fuck? Adi Dassler.
Adi Dassler.
Okay, system settings. Okay, I fucking got it open. Here we go.
Yeah, I just want to figure it out before I start really clowning on him. I don't want to get interrupted.
Okay. We're almost in it, boys. We're coming right back. Here we go. Okay, and then it's no more pauses. Dante?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then...
I think you should be able to share it now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see it. Okay, this is fucking way better. All right, now I'm having a good time.
Sweet. All right, here we go.
Caleb reacted immediately when Scott first made mention of his interest in Caleb publicly, in an attempt to get him not to try to cover the story. But unfortunately for Caleb, this only piqued Scott's interest further. Scott also interviewed Zeke, that first accuser, and another former guest of the show, Gia. Zeke detailed his allegations, which we already covered in this video earlier, and the other guest, Gia, like I mentioned as well, detailed how she was blindsided by how she was portrayed in the thumbnail without her permission, and the harassment from his fans that ensued as a result of her portrayal on the show. Scott also includes an interview with a whistleblower who shared screenshots of a group message intended for networking in the music industry. These have been verified to be legitimate and contain messages from Caleb Hammer. In these messages, Caleb, or as he's known in these, Super Ho Diddly Ho, says a number of inappropriate things about minors and what he would like to do with them.
The topics that he felt were inappropriate are what we're going to be focusing on. The first one that made several people uncomfortable was Caleb's comments about finding a 16-year-old boy hot. Now, in this chat group, everyone has nicknames instead of their actual name being used. I was told that Caleb picked many of these nicknames, but a few were picked by other members. Caleb was allegedly known as Super Ho Diddly Ho.
Dude, it's literally, like, this is all they talk about. This is all they think about, right? All these guys do is talk about sex and think about sex. Like, even the Mormons, bro, you know, it's like, their whole thing is, like, working toward having your own planet with unlimited wives. Like, all they talk about and think about is sex. Like, they're obsessed.
Dude, they're fucking dorks, bro.
Yeah,
I think I had my mic push to talk on, and I don't know if they caught what I said.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I responded to someone said, can we Chris Hansen Caleb publicly? And that would be so funny.
Dude,
I'm not going to do it, but
no,
if
we should. We should be
if
like,
that happened,
take a
it would
seat,
be
Caleb.
Bro, he's literally down the street. Like, it's like a 10-minute drive if there's at night, no traffic. It's about 10. I don't know exactly where the office is, but I know the spot, like, region of town.
Dude, fuck yeah. Dude, that would honestly, we should do that. We should just go live on TikTok one night, and I'll come to Austin, and we'll both just find him, and then we'll be like, take a seat, Caleb.
Take a seat, Caleb. Well, I didn't get to say it earlier because the stream was fucking up, but the cease and desist. So he sent it, right? About, like, he's done that 2 times. 2 different people who, like, one of them was like a person who was on the show, and then another one was an anonymous person who sent in like an anonymous tip to the moderator of Creepy Caleb Hammer, the subreddit, the snark one, and so they sent it into the moderator, he posted it, and then eventually they reached out to, I think it was Nicole or me, one of us, and so we've like verified that it's like real, and they said that this was about like a situation where Caleb, like, we've never even posted about it, but it's like basically he was like begging her to come to a hotel that he got for her or something like that. Like, I forget the exactly what happened, but like he was like, no, just like come tonight instead of tomorrow, because she was supposed to come film the show the next day, and he was like trying to get her to like
pop in. Dante, did you break off? Can you hear me? We can't hear you, Dante. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. All right, I'm going to wait for Dante to come back and keep playing. He'll figure it out in a second.
So the user known as Has Sex All the Time says, what's this hit beat you got playing? Superho responds with smoking is gross. Uncut responds with so is saying that 15-year-old boys are hot. Dancing says, oh damn. Superho responds with 16. Uncut says, doesn't make your case any better. Superho responds with,
is that better?
Thinking from a picture is cute isn't
I think
bad.
it was my VPN. It bugged out.
Dude, it's fucking VPN.
It said I was doing, well, it said I was doing like peer-to-peer. Like, I think it thought I was like torrenting something.
Weird.
Because we're like in a call.
Oh. Did it just drop you again?
No, I fixed it. I actually muted myself. I'm fucking horrible at this streaming shit. Where did I cut off before?
You were saying, I'm the worst person for this job. Someone help. What were we just talking about, dude? We were just talking about fucking...
It was like, I just don't know what part of the story I cut off, but
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This is specifically my worst job. We'll
that's
think
true.
about it in a second.
I don't think
VPN for the feds. Or no, wait, that's what...
That's
That's
Nicole.
what we just said. Fuck off, Nicole.
person was cut because they are young. He had facial hair.
Cease and desist. Thank you.
Oh,
Carson.
yeah. So, no, Caleb, he's been hitting people, like, so the person that he sent a cease and desist to, like, it was anonymous. She didn't come out publicly with her name and face and, like, make a TikTok about it. Like, the initial one that he sent that we got word of was, like, it was just a story with no name or face on it, and he sent a cease and desist.
Dude.
So it confirmed that it was, like, he was scared about it.
Yeah. Dude, he's terrified.
Dude, he is... Oh my god,
He
dude. He is,
should
like,
be, and
he's
he
having
should
the...
be.
Bro, he's having the... This is the worst month of his life.
Good. He deserves
So
it.
far.
He should have thought about that before he, you know, tried to frickin' abuse people who were in
Yeah.
a worse power position than him. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I don't get is, like, people are, you know, like, it's always like, oh, you're a clout chaser. You're a clout chaser. Like, bro, he didn't have to do the bad thing. Like, what are you talking about?
Right?
Like, come on. Uncut says why screenshot because Superho had taken a picture of this guy's Snapchat of his 16-year-old friend.
Dude, I can't even see this kid's I can barely see any of this kid's face, and I can see how young he is.
That's a young 16-year-old too. Like, that looks like me when I was 16. I looked like I was, I don't know, like 13 until I was 18.
Dude,
and that's
I'm 35,
late bloomer right
and
there.
I
and
just
Caleb's
finally...
like, how he hot is gay, please.
So weird, dude.
It's so gross, bro. He's so fucking weird. He's such a cartoon.
Yeah. And it's like I assume that a lot of these people who are like this like have had something horrible happen to them in the past, so it's very odd to me that their reaction was to keep acting or like do similar vibes, you know?
Yeah.
And like not like try and
Yeah.
protect people after that kind of shit, you know? It's like I just don't get it. I don't get that. That's like such a fucked up mentality. I don't get it.
Yup.
But people are sad. That's what it is. Sad.
Superho says, he hot, is gay, please. Uncut says, he's 16 and no, effing perv.
I'm proud of that kid for saying that. It's hard, you know, sometimes I feel like, you know, it's hard to like stick up for, or like, you know, do the right thing a lot of the time, especially if it's like not, you know, this group isn't like a tight-knit group, you know, so that takes a lot of bravery, but a lot of times that's usually what needs to happen, you know, and then usually that's enough to get people to stop doing whatever you don't like them doing, you know. It's not going to work with Caleb, obviously, but...
Superho responds with shame. Uncut says, what was the age of consent in Michigan? Superho says 16. Uncut says Texas is 17. And Superho says shame. This is the message I sent to Caleb to confirm if they were real, which is when he replied that they were very out of context. I asked the informant if there was more context to this story, which he replied that there wasn't. To give a little bit more context, I reached out to Caleb for comment on this. He said this was taken very out of context, didn't give me any other info around that. So just anything you know around this particular incident.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that he'd say that, particularly because I'm not sure there's any more context out of which it could be taken. That is the extent of the context surrounding this, was that the friend with the nickname Uncut posted this picture of his friend who was 16 years old, was posting
Fucking
him
crazy.
as a part of
So crazy.
posting. He posted the photo to congratulate him and to express gratitude for him. And that's, I mean, that's it. That's the context. And then Caleb saw his story on Snapchat and took that screenshot and it was at that point that Uncut questioned it, and the rest of it takes place here in this group chat. There's no other context out of which it could have been taken.
Now, I do have to say, since Caleb has threatened to sue me, that 16-year-olds are actually at the legal age of consent in some states, including Caleb's
Dude,
home
Scott
state of
is so
Michigan,
funny.
So maybe he doesn't think anything is wrong with saying a 16-year-old boy is hot.
These actions are not only just unacceptable, but also really indicative of a pattern of behavior that has the potential to pose a significant risk to those around him, including his guests and employees. But as expected, Caleb didn't address the allegations beyond that same kind of initial deflection. He did, however, say he was, quote, taking a break from
Pause it
Reddit.
real quick.
But around that same time, it
So Nicole and I were having a conversation last night, and because we were talking about this part of the video, like the age of consent stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I'm 26, right? And Nicole's also 26, and we were like, we don't know. I don't know what the age of consent is like in any given state. Like I would always have to look that up, because really what it boils down to is if I'm 26 years old, the age of consent, I want to make sure I say this right, is lower than I care about. Right? Does that make sense? So it's like, it doesn't even matter what the age of consent is, because like anybody under the age of 24 or 25, I'm not even capable of looking at. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about like, why do these type of people always they always want to go after like 18 to 20-year-olds?
It's just because they don't have a worldview or like world experience, right?
Yeah, dude, they're so easy to manipulate, and like that's the only way you can really like lock in your claws, right? Like that's kind of, it's like you gotta be.
I think like once they reach
100%,
and they have a little agency, and they're like, oh, I can.
And they
say
get out.
No. Yeah, then they're gone, right? Yeah, that's what it is. That's the name of the game. Is you gotta get these people young, and they always like basically make sure that they're coming from like not a broken home, but like maybe they don't have two full-time parents, like their mom's at work, so they're have a little more freedom and are able, like I feel like it's always that kind of person that like either has like not the greatest home life, or like I don't know.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? It's just they choose these victims. They're predators. They select.
It's literally
them.
like, yeah, like predator, prey. Like it's just like in the word. I don't know. When I think of predator, it's like, oh, it's not like they just randomly pick. It's like, oh, I notice X, Y, and Z are like lining up in my favor, and I'm gonna really like go after this, because if I just follow my little predator algorithm, it'll work most of the time, and I'll get away with it.
Yeah, it's a numbers game at this point for them too, right? Especially if he's doing what we think he's doing with like, the whatever the fuck they got going on with the FBI. Like it is a numbers game, It's just like this is the shotgun approach. It's just like I know that this will work 40% of the time. And that's so, dude, that's so sad to think. Like, it obviously works. Otherwise, he wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't do it, exactly. And like, I'm looking at chat right now, and I see someone that said like organized religion preps many young people for this too, especially girls are essentially programmed to be abused by men. What's that guy's name on TikTok? He talks about this a lot. Sorry, he called Smoking and Thinking, the dude from Milwaukee. Yeah. So he talks about like cultural narcissism a lot, and I think there's a lot like that makes a lot of sense. Like if you think about like the way that the like family unit is fucking structured, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like the default is like, oh, it's my house. Like that phrase, like it's my house, my rules. Like it's usually used by the patriarch of the family, right? Yeah. And that's all like so it's all religion. It's like literally built into the culture, and like that's why people like Caleb can just do this for their whole life and have nothing bad ever happen to them. In fact, they'll just go up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
And even like the nuclear family and stuff, this isn't how people normally like group themselves with just mom, dad, kids. Like, dude, people, it's so much easier to raise families with communities, and like a lot of families used to live together and stuff, but in America, it's like very much, if you aren't doing the nuclear family, you don't have 2.4 kids and 2 parents and 2 dogs or whatever, like, you're a
Yeah.
piece of shit. It's all built in. And it's, dude, I'm starting to literally think that all of this stuff isn't even just like it's just like, oh, these are the consequences of this kind of system, it's just like, oh, there's nothing we can do. No, I'm pretty sure that all of this shit is specifically set up for these predators. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I think it's like both, dude. Like, because we're thinking about what you're saying is like capital. Well, it is both. I think we're just like extremely like American imperialism, capitalism, whatever you want to call it. Like other places right now do capitalism, and like everything that's bad about American capitalism is like, ingrained in all of those places as well. But we do it to like such an extreme that it had to have been designed specifically for this. You know what I mean? It doesn't just like promote it. It's that like, yeah, what you said earlier is like, if you can't get over like 50,000 followers if you're not doing something specific. It's built by those people, I think.
Yeah. Ugh. So gross.
It was also discovered that he made his own snark subreddit that he personally is listed as the sole moderator of.
That's the saddest.
Assumingly in an attempt to divert traffic.
I have new tea about that. Fuck,
creepy-
we got to keep pausing this. This is so stupid, but we have to do it. He did it
It's
again.
our stream. He made a new
So-
snark subreddit?
No. They changed the bio on Caleb Hammer on the website, dude. Or not on the website, sorry. On the subreddit, r/Caleb Hammer. They changed it to the Caleb Hammer snark Reddit or whatever.
Dude, that's awesome. What, just
And
to like,
so, like,
be really close to the other one?
I don't know. It could mean a few things. Sorry, I'm gonna find exactly what it says.
Yeah.
It says snark sub dedicated to financial audit. Now, and before it was the official subreddit dedicated to Caleb Hammer or whatever.
Send me the link when you get it. And I'll open it.
Okay.
Dude, that's so
It's
sad.
crazy. It's
like,
crazy.
making your own,
No,
moderating your
he
own
can't take the
subreddit.
heat.
Yeah. Dude, he's terrified. I don't get it though. Why are you scared? You work for the police. Like, what do you just be confident. Stop being a little chicken shit. If you're going to do what you're doing, then be confident about it at least.
Yeah, so now two separate times in response to Creepy Caleb Hammer, he's tried to like get people to stop going to it because that shit is growing, brother.
Dude, I know.
It's at like over 600 people.
You guys didn't even make it, right?
No.
Yeah. That's
No, the best part, dude, some random guy made it, and like some other dude in the subreddit tried to like call out the guy who made the subreddit because like in his post history he does have some bad takes. Like he's kind of a MAGA guy. He said some like pretty like I'd say like bad conspiracy stuff. And like just generally said some pretty like I'd say like hateful things. But even someone like that recognized that Caleb was a fucking, predator and made a subreddit. And dude, he hasn't posted in the subreddit. He made it and left. We've never spoken with him. So like that's
awesome.
It's so funny. Yeah, and it's just bracket
even
now.
like there's one of the guys, Eric O'Ryan, the guy who wrote the Bush Connection. I don't know if I told everyone else. I think I just talked with you and Nicole about it, but he's like so on point, but the only thing that I can't get behind is he has on his website, he like comes off, it's like super transphobic and shit, but now like most people I don't think mean to be cruel or like bad. Most people usually think they're doing the right thing. But yeah, he's like, like saying shit like, our government is run by crazy trannies and blah blah blah. So a lot of this stuff I kind of, and then also they also have it in their head, I think, that all trans people are being forced by the government to be trans and not realizing that there are people who are just trans and they didn't go through a troubled teen camp, and stuff. So that's all right. We got to meet
Yeah.
people where they are, because I think we can change the minds of some of those people, you know, especially with
No,
the,
they just need to meet like 3 trans people
yeah, and dude,
and realize
honestly,
that they're just normal people, you know, and
yeah,
be like, oh,
that's
they're not
exactly
trying
it.
to diddle my kid. Caleb's actually trying to do that.
Yeah, and honestly, I see why they're, you know, like, dude, the troubled teen camps and stuff for sure are doing this like weird gender experimentation where they're trying to do forced gender stuff to people. So that's when I finally realized, like, the QAnon people and stuff, I think they actually mean well, and they think that they're helping, and just aren't listening that some trans people, most trans people are saying, I want to be trans and just be left alone, you know? So that's okay. Sometimes we gotta, I think that we can change the minds of a lot of these people who have like slightly bigoted ideas and stuff, because also I'm like, I kind of get why they're saying what they're saying and stuff, you know, like even with the Q people talking about clones all the time and stuff, it's like the government is using body doubles for sure. So I see where they're getting there, and I see where they get to where they think that all trans people are being forced and stuff. And then, dude, another layer on top of it is like, it does look like a bunch of these people are trans and they're hiding it. Like, dude, Henry Kissinger's wife is not trans. Like, I would be shocked. But you know what I mean? Like, so I kind of get that they like come to these ideas. We just need to get to them and be like, yo guys, trans people are chill and they want to be like, they just want to be left alone. But so anyway.
Kkkaleb Hammer, where all of the receipts and details about his various controversies were. Can't let those pesky fallen fans find camaraderie anywhere else. That'd be disastrous.
So funny.
Yeah.
Or perhaps it's much more disastrous.
She used the dominoes falling one like 3 times.
To astroturf your own mild snark community because you couldn't handle the heat from valid criticism. I mentioned botting earlier, and around this time there was also a strange occurrence on the TikTok accounts containing most of the videos about the situation leading up to it. That's my account and Dante's account. All of our recent videos about the situation, especially ones that were natural.
Yeah, dude, Mr. Bunny, you're right. Because Q is
Peter Thiel.
That's the thing, right? Q is like 60% right. And then, yeah, they're sprinkling on top. Here, just do bigotry. Here, hate trans people. They're freaking weird, you know, like that. That's totally what it is. So they give us part of the truth so that they sound crazy, because the truth is nuts.
And like, it is so, people don't realize this. I mean, I think a lot of people here do, but most people don't. Like, most people who like think about QAnon or whatever, especially those who got into it, like, dude, it is so meticulously designed to like put you in psychosis. And the reason for that, right? Like, they make up, like they tell, like you said, like it's 60% correct. And the only way that it could be 60% correct is if they knew they were only trying to be exactly 60% correct or whatever, right? So like, they know, like somebody hypothetically like Peter Thiel, who I don't know,
knows
could
most
be,
of the
probably.
truth.
Yeah, he's in those circles, bro. Like he's deep in this shit. He's probably, in my opinion, one of the people that are like single-handedly responsible for that. Him and good old Mike Flynn. But yeah, dude, like you have to know it all in order to tell people such a good conspiracy. Otherwise, you do, like, if you are just trying to make stuff up and you don't have like a base for like real shit going on, your people are gonna completely laugh at you. Like, you're just gonna sound like a completely crazy person. Yeah.
And then it's
So,
just
Peter.
works perfect because it's not. It's literally insane that our government is a bunch of German Nancies who are trying to. I mean, they already cooed us. It's coup. It been cooed. It's done. That's nuts.
Really gaining traction. We're spammed with fake likes and views in what appeared to be an attempt to get our accounts banned for spam activity.
Ethel Kane, I'm gonna search them after this and check them out, because yeah, I just want, like, dude, I'm serious. All of the trans people that all of my trans friends are the coolest people that I know. Like trans people, I don't know if it's just because they've had to get through like the worst shit in human existence or what, but like they're always so talented and like amazing, and they're just normal people. Like the only people who think trans people are weird are just people who think that they've never met a trans person. But everyone has, and they just can't say that they're trans probably because you will act weird in front of them. But they're just fucking people.
If we're being honest, this really only made us commit to the bit on Reddit a little bit harder. So, yeah.
Dude, Nicole is
The
so
community of
funny.
Caleb Hammer
Victor Volcano.
critics and Fallen
Volcano.
fans continues to now grow
That
every
one, pause
day,
it.
and although the situation
Wait,
Reddit
whoops.
a little bit harder.
Yeah, just on the
So, yeah.
the
The
next
community
one.
of Caleb
one.
Hammer critics and
That one.
Dude, that's so good. I think
Well,
it
we
gets
didn't-
bigger on the
we
next
didn't-
slide.
Yeah, but I don't think she says it in the
Falling
video, but he had like a fake internet girlfriend. And like she broke up with him as soon as the Scott Schaefer video came out. So this meme is based in all absolute truth, bro.
That's awesome. I'm
It's so
proud of
awesome.
her. She's not like all the normal Mossad girlfriends.
I thought you weren't gonna acknowledge that she was a CIA asset.
Yeah, no way. Even that
Someone's
Fed was
blackmailing
like,
Caleb, dude. In my opinion, they
Dude,
gotta be, bro.
I'm saying
There's no way you don't double down this hard unless someone's got some fucking shit on you, brother.
It's either
And
that or
you know,
they just have the backing of the feds. But like, yeah, dude, I think that's how they get them all in, right? Is that they're all doing weird stuff on the internet, and then knock, knock, knock. One day the feds show up at your door and they say, "Hey, you can either recruit for us or you're going to jail." Like, oh, recruit, I guess. Like that's why it's always
Right.
diddlers. It's like always fucking diddlers that are doing this stuff, you know? So it's gotta be. It's like they got
Yeah.
caught doing diddling, and then they flip them.
the chat just said one of the most provocative things about Q is the riddle format they use. Yeah, that was on purpose
Yeah.
too, because
Puzzles.
you have to create like a lot of uncertainty in order to get like conversation around it, and to like that's what made it like viral, is the fact that it wasn't one person. Like it wasn't like Alex Jones telling you exactly what's going on. Like it was a bunch of little researchers like trying to figure out intentionally ambiguous information. It wasn't like, hey, go dig and find information about so and so. It was like it was such a weird, like there was so much ambiguity in all of the clues that they gave, and you could never be 100% correct because it was so like
And it's
garbled up.
inviting like it's like literally them trying to like get that like same energy from when like Lost would air back in the day, and then everyone would go on Reddit or whatever. Like they're inviting people to come do a puzzle essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is 100% a federal asset. Like her saying the phrase Jewish space lasers, right?
Dude, that
like
was like in a
that's
board meeting.
that's a perfect
they discussed
example.
It. Yeah.
Because that's like anti-Semitism, right? There are space lasers. They're just appending Jewish to it to make it targeted and to scapegoat someone for the fact that there are space lasers, you know?
Yep. It's always the same. Just
It's literally
say
just
what
it's
I'm
American
doing.
space lasers.
Yeah.
It's just the United States
Nancy.
space lasers.
Yeah.
Like Nancy space lasers, and they call it the other thing, right? It's so stupid.
I can't believe it took us this long to realize that they're all fucking Nancy's, bro. But now it makes so much sense.
Fans continues to now grow every day, and although the situations and allegations themselves are extremely dark, we try to at least laugh through the pain and hope that the creepy Caleb Hammer Department of Defense will one day be able to retire from existence when accountability is truly taken. But for now,
So funny.
all in all, the
Viva
Caleb
la
Hammer
resistance.
controversy as a whole raises a number of important points about, one, the difficulty of whistleblowing when there's a clear incentive to discredit anyone speaking up, and similarly, the power of a community coming together to stand up to predatory behavior.
Wait, a person who made a bunch of QAnon videos turned up missing? Were they good? were they spot on? Is that my future? I hope not. No, dude, fuck you, Paul Weisopel. If you ever have to come take me out, you better fucking bring your full team, buddy. Because I will know too. There's no one who will get into my house without me knowing, buddy. Just wait. You'll find out, Paul. If you're feeling froggy, just leap, buddy.
Fucking leap, brother.
To help stop these cycles of abuse. The bots and those that believe the narratives painted by them can all come together to harass, but people who don't like predators can also come together. You can see how it would be easy to get discouraged and give up on getting a story out if you're bombarded with baseless hate simply for daring to speak. It nearly happened multiple times throughout the course of the last...
Oh, so she was killed? Damn, I need to watch. If you guys find her name, I'll find that fall of the Cabal, because dude, I'm starting to find out that a lot of the shit that they've been saying is mostly true. They're just a little bit off. Cabal. All right.
Last year to me. But thankfully, it appears that the story is now gaining more traction, especially through Scott's recent video, and we also know that there is an article coming soon. I really don't have any idea on the timeline there, but we...
Dude, what are the chances? I feel like at this point, if it hasn't come out, it's like, did Caleb's team get to them?
No, we talked. No, what happens is we like talked to, I'm trying to think how to say this. We talk to the journalist pretty frequently, and what keeps happening is she keeps getting more shit that she's like, well, fuck, I got to put that in there. I got to talk to this person. So we just keep sending her new people because we get one and we're like, we're fucking done with this. Here you go. Yeah. And yeah, so it keeps getting like she's got to do that, and then she works
can't
for
wait till it's
publication.
Released,
That's what I'm saying. It's
That'll
like
be
at this
end.
point. At this point, it's just it's just waiting for that and just tap dancing and just chasing clout.
Yep, we're just gonna keep chasing that Caleb clout.
We've been talking with and keeping in contact with a really amazing journalist who has written about Caleb before, actually, and we've been able to get her in contact with anyone who's come forward to us with accusations. So while I'm always going to say allegedly and call them allegations to cover my own, just know that anything presented in this video has gone through multiple different layers, and I made a whole video talking about it today because I think it's really, really important that people listen. I hope that between the media that I referenced and will link below and this video that you just watched, more people will be able to understand the timeline and the nuances, as well as better conceptualize why this is such an important issue to address within the YouTube community. Stay safe out there and stop being a creep online if you don't want to be called a creep online.
Amen. Yeah, stop doing bad shit and we wouldn't have to talk about it. You fucking feds. Stop being feds and I wouldn't call you feds all day. But you gotta stop being a fed first. That documentary was one of the first things that opened my eyes. That was a huge recruitment tool, but she talked about Pizzagate Frazzle Drip. Ooh, yeah, dude, Frazzle Drip is fucking real. Like, I'm never ever gonna look at it, but if the ADL has this on their website, it's real. Like, brother, this is trying hard. They are, and not only trying hard, but I honestly think it's like they like having the shit out in the open, right? Like, this is so specific. It's so obvious to me that like this exists. But so that lady was talking about the Frazzle Drip. She was talking about, and the Clintons, dude. The Clintons are our #1 enemy. So yeah, I guess if she got taken out, I guess I'm next. Dude, fuck the Clintons. They're so gross. Hillary is looking plump too. She's eating too many babies. She's puffy. Not like fat. I mean like it looks like her body's infected or something. You know what I mean? She's like puffy. And I feel like only evil people get that puffy, like Amy Schumer. But yeah, if the ADL is writing this, it's real. What's their other thing? Here, what are some other fun things that we can confirm? The ADL is just like TikTok too. It's a truth-telling device. Oh,
The thing with the ADL too is like there is a lot of good information on there. You just have to know like what they would, you know, like what it like who's behind it and what things would they want to say.
yeah.
You know what I'm
DUMBS,
saying? Like-
short for deep underground military bases, refers to a conspiracy theory that children being trafficked by the deep state are being held in secret military bases underground. Conspiracy theorists believe earthquakes are caused by members of the military freeing children from their bases and arresting
this is
members
worth
of the
a
deep state.
Yeah, this warrants an investigation.
Yeah, so
but you know, you want information about what does 1488 mean? They'll tell you it'll be perfect.
But dude, yeah, these fucking ADL rats.
Yeah. Woo! Hey guys, Dante here. Wow. Can't believe you made it all the way to the end. That's crazy. But now the cool part about this is that now you get to enjoy all of these incredible behind the scenes moments and underappreciated works of art. So hope you have fun with the rest of the video, cause we're having fun with the rest of the video. And at this point, I think that I'm personally just tap dancing on Caleb Hammer's internet grave. So yeah, enjoy this. Enjoy this. Backfill it with fucking
just go
concrete,
ahead and
dude.
Feel free to enjoy all this.
Yay!
Woo! This is so good. Dude, I'm so glad that one morning that I was scrolling on TikTok and I scrolled past your guys' Roger Clay videos, and I was brave and I said, "Hey, do you want to be friends?"
Hey, you want to be friends?
What would I do without you
Please do, yeah.
guys? But yeah, this was fucking awesome, Nicole. This was beautiful. It was 48 minutes of an ass whooping.
Dookied on him.
Straight up duke.
Dude, the drop off when you look at the analytics on like basically right around here is unreal. It's so awesome. Like only real people see the end of the video. You know?
What do you
'Cause
mean?
the
You're
first
saying
50
everyone bailed?
There's just a drop off there, yeah.
Oh. Wednesday, July 6th.
It's fun.
We interviewed Caleb Hammer tonight. We don't have video of it because he requested the video be off. That's a whole other story. Anyway, I'm here to tell you that after tonight, I don't hate Caleb Hammer. I hate his editor. Brandon Dory. We know. You hated me the most, Brandon. Who would be so personally
Dude,
offended?
this is what Life of a Trillionaire, that's his handle, bro.
I don't know if it's for sure him. We can't say that.
No, of
Ooh,
course
man,
this
that's
is
Brandon.
him, bro. Of course this is him.
Dude, he
he's gotta be
commented,
the
I shit you
person
not, like
that's-
100 times. I blocked him like a week ago.
He's got to be
He
the
came
person
back.
that commented on was it my video the other day about Caleb or who? I forget who it was. But this dude is just a fan.
Stop. We know it's you.
Or do it with your on your real profile.
Yeah. You could come talk shit, but just do it on your profile. Everyone knows who I am.
Yeah.
You're talking
Be
shit.
brave.
You're a trillionaire. Okay, if you're a trillionaire, I have a lot of questions. Then what the fuck are you doing? Because I think you're behind the weird only
Yeah, Nancy Trillionaire.
fan shit. Then.
I love my haters as much as anyone else, but
The
at
middle
a certain
finger.
point, you just got to give them a forced break. Sorry I ruined your city. Austin, Texas was a fucking utopia before I showed up. My bad, dog.
You gotta make sure you don't throw up by eating too much. No, thank you. You wait. Miss Eve.
Dude, I've listened to that so many times.
So Cameron knows I'm left.
Humor is subjective, so I'm
making fun of.
It's like punching.
It is. It's all punching. That's why it really sits wrong with
I get
me.
it. But some people might find something funny that you don't, and that's
What kind of people find it funny?
Hey, dude, I don't know.
You said you know your audience. Who's your audience?
I know the demographics of my audience.
What is it?
In terms of age range,
What's the male-female ratio
for
first?
all finance content, it's about 80% male to 20% female, and that's across all.
Nicole came in hot, and I love it, bro. She was brave as fuck.
Dude, she was so sassy. It was awesome.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, he deserves it. He was probably sweat. He's like, oh my god, are the police here? Yeah, Nicole.
What's yours?
Look at you.
Oh.
We gotta make sure you don't eat so quick. Because then you'll throw up. You already got some. You already stole from this bucket. You little bucket stealer.
Hey guys, we're just gonna watch Caleb Hammer check this guy for diabetes. Is that the blood pressure? Were you taking his blood?
Oh yeah, we'll take a look at that sound invest. Did you send the link? Otherwise I'll find it in a minute. Oh yeah, you did. Or no, that's not the link. But yeah, we'll watch it after this. Cause I want to see that too.
Hi Nicole, you were such a bitch.
This is dumb. I can't do this anymore.
No, oh yes. And there you go. Oh, sweet girl. Such a sweet girl.
Sweet
We have some new
girl.
theories.
Well, Caleb is a redditor.
Yeah, Caleb is a redditor. It's
and
whatever.
he's cringe, but I
But
wouldn't make
I
fun of
will
him for
say,
being
I will
cringe.
go on record and say that I don't hate him. I actually don't hate him now. I think I hated his content so deeply, and I expressed to him
Smoking a joint in the
exactly
parking
why.
lot
He was receptive to it, and
right
so
after
I
we
just
talked to
wanna
him.
influence his content to be more positive.
If a YouTuber with 100 subscribers made a pretty milquetoast video with like some mild criticism, why would you ever like beg to meet up with them to clear your name? Your name wasn't tainted. I didn't have a platform. I still don't have a platform. This
Sorry.
is Caleb's narcissism showing, right? Because he's a narcissist. Caleb, if you can't take the heat, get the fuck out of the kitchen, buddy. This content shit just is not for you, dude.
Caleb, I don't like repeating myself. I thought.
Sorry, my shit's tweaking.
Yeah.
We had this
Should be okay now.
Like, what is this? Her baby daddy didn't let her take birth control? Why is that the clickbait?
Hey, this is just the same thing as those like Ben Shapiro feminist gets owned compilations from like 2016 or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah, same energy. Guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is someone who has.
Is it totally lagging, guys? Or is it okay? I'm gonna keep playing, but let me know if I need to pause it.
I'll turn my video off.
Probably commented 40 times on the Caleb Hammer videos, fighting me. They have a personal vendetta against me. I have a tear in my eye because my eyes dry because there's allergies. Honestly, thank you. These have made me laugh like to the point of tears.
Content creator at YouTube and TikTok. I would get rid of that. I don't know if I'd lead in with the content creator aspect.
I didn't want to push it, but.
That's what we're saying. Why are you using your content creator status to try to get dates if you're even doing it on your Hinge profile?
Oh, Nicole
You need a
says,
better
yeah,
photo
lag.
than that.
Yeah. Graham is just reading him to filth right now. Graham, can I shake your hand right now? Thank
Graham,
you.
good job, buddy.
Thank you. This is the equivalent of Roger doubling down and continuing to go live because he's like, no, I know I'm right. I know I'm right. They're crazy. They're wrong. I'm gonna show them I'm gonna keep going live. I'm gonna show them.
Right.
And then they just self-report.
we didn't even have to find. He just posted it for us.
He
so
just
it wasn't
posted his
crazy.
Hinge thing. And it's so, okay, anyway.
What brings you on here? What do you mean, what brings you on here? She's
I don't know.
single.
But
How is she? She's
What?
single. What brings you on here? That's
maybe
dumb.
she's not.
Oh, I'm bored of TikTok. She wants to meet someone. Like,
Yeah, but you
that's
don't
a
know
lame,
if she's
that's a
diddling or
lame-
dating.
Self-report.
With your hands up, you have the right to remain silent.
You see that? Dining room camera.
Oh my god, let's go! Woo! Woo! Yes! Yes! He fucking did it! He self-reported
Yeah, I think it's
his
still
hidden
lagging.
dining room camera that Zeke...
All right, let me stop screen sharing to you for a second, Dante.
Yeah, that's fine. Do we have to help Sissy with her lizard tonight? Sorry, I said that. We have to go help our bot, our sick lizard.
Oh, what's wrong with it?
Oh, it's I don't know if we're being real, but the lizard was sick, or he's been sick. I think he's kind of
Claims is maybe
He's like,
there.
it's Vulcan energy.
Yeah, it's just emotional support.
It's Vulcan in lizard form. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, she literally needs help.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking impossible to give a lizard a shot by yourself.
Oh, I see. I
We
see.
have to like,
Yeah, dude.
yeah, like one person has to like hold the lizard.
Yeah. I
Another
didn't
person has to,
realize
like,
that it
hold-
needed a shot. I thought you were just saying it was
No,
sick.
it's impossible. It's really hard.
I gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, we have
I'm
to
gonna go
give-
talk to Nicole about that and see what she says. So I'm gonna just pop out.
Okay,
It'll help
yeah,
your
we're
life, too.
gonna wrap it up soon anyway. We'll probably
Thanks
watch
for-
that. investigation
Thanks,
video.
chat.
Love you
Go for
guys.
it. Love you too.
Have a
Bye,
good
chat.
night.
See ya.
Thanks for joining, dude. This was awesome. I think that there's
Hell yeah,
some
dude.
potential here.
I know.
There's some potential in you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, dude. And I'll figure
fun.
out how to not like. Come on,
Yeah,
dude.
well-
What the fuck? Well, how is the? It's an M1.
Well, I looked up. There was some stuff that you can do, like you
To
have to like
chill
turn
it
off like
out.
hardware acceleration. Like there's like weird stuff you can do with the
Yeah.
M1 to like make it.
I'll check that
You know.
stuff out after we wrap up tonight. But fuck yeah. But I know we'll get it up and running.
No, it is not
nothing
code. We
will
literally
determine.
have to inject a lizard. It's not code for anything. We have to go give a lizard a shot.
I was gonna say that I have to give my two of my cats need intravenous fluids injected into their back every like we're supposed to do it twice a week, but we kind of only do it once a week. But yeah, my wife has to do the injecting because I cannot do the needle into my son. I refuse. And then I just sit. My job is to sit there and cup his head in my hands and then kiss his forehead. But hell yeah.
Right, dude.
All right, night, dude.
Peace out.
I'll see you. Tell Nicole I
See ya.
said night.
I will.
All right.
She'll hear you say it.
I'll
too.
I'll
She's in
text
chat.
you in 5 minutes.
All right. See ya.
Okay, bye. Jesus Christ, thank God we got rid of that fucking dead weight, am I right? Boring. Jesus. Oh, watch my girlfriend. Oh, watch my girlfriend. Oh, watch my girlfriend's video. Oh, I'm never gonna contribute anything fun. No, I'm just kidding. I love Dante so much. All right, hell yeah. We're gonna contribute to Nicole's analytics diving off a cliff like JFK Jr.'s fucking nosedive right into the goddamn Atlantic Ocean. Same with Paul Wellstone's fucking nosedive right into the wilderness of Alaska or wherever or no, I think that was Michigan. Same with Flight 553, United Airways. You know what's interesting? A lot of these plane crashes are United, so we're going to be looking into what United is doing. Because United, I think, looks like a CIA front. But anyway, we're going to bail on this so that we can watch the investigations video. But you yourself, actually, no, I'm not bailing. I'm giving you the incentive to go finish this on Nicole's channel and give her the views that I just stole, because I am an ethical streamer. And then we are gonna watch that frickin' FBI thing. Have you guys heard of this? There's a FBI agent who did you guys ever watch that there was a movie called, or there was a documentary that was all about APAC. That would be another good show that we could watch one night. But it was all about how APAC took over like all of the politics in the UK, and they did a whole season in America. And I think in both cases, right before it aired, APAC got it taken down. Isn't that fucked? So it's like 4 episodes. They are also doing some journalism. It was great. I think it was BBC. But yeah, they did a season in America too, and it's horrifying, guys. It's like, it's literally everyone. It's not most of them, it's not some of them, it's all of them. It's all of them, and they're all compromised, you know? Compromat. But all right, you guys ready to watch this? And then we're gonna call it a night. Yeah, APAC is a huge rabbit hole. And dude, it's like, I mean, it's the elite versus the rest of us, so nothing surprises me, but I know that not everyone who is Israeli is German, you know, like Nancy, it's a lot of, are there some Jewish people, like actual Jewish people in Israel, or is it all Nancy's? We got to figure that out. I want it to all be Nancy's. But also it doesn't matter because it's like 3% of the population, or 3% of Jewish people or something, like, believes in Israel. But Okay, let's watch this. Fucking rat on himself, like always, because they are braggarts. They have to brag. Oh, I'm an FBI agent. Don't you know? That's how they got all the APAC people in the that YouTube is called The Lobby. Well, maybe we'll watch that tomorrow or something. But it's so good. And it's 4 episodes, and they're all videos like this. I wonder if it's the same team, but it's all stuff like this, and they're always bragging, dude, and they're always like getting pulled out on dates, or they're getting this stuff from going on dates, I think. It's so funny, and they're such braggarts.
Put anyone in jail if you know what to do.
How?
You set them up.
Does the Bureau practice entrapment a lot?
We get really close.
Dude, if I am this fed and someone asks me this question, I'm like, you're wearing a wire. How dumb is this fed? That's what I'm saying, bro. The feds be stupid. The feds be big doo-doo dumbheads. They're so dumb. Look at this dumb Mormon fed. Jesus Christ. Like, brother, just love yourself. Love yourself and all these problems go away. Get out of the church. It's okay that you're gay or whatever. It's not okay to diddle children, though. Just to be clear, that is not chill.
Call it a no.
If I know anything about the FBI, chances are...
A nudge.
Yeah, dates. I think that these guys are like... Because it's always like out at dinner. You know, and it doesn't sound like... Like, unless he's just talking to a reporter, but most of them, I think, are getting tricked, you know?
Sometimes you just gotta give them a quick little, just to see what happens. Sometimes you light the fuse and just wait for it to follow. Nothing like putting out a fake social media thing that really get people mad.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, so we were after him.
You are?
We did what we wanted.
Which was what?
Took his money away, chopped his legs off.
Gavin O'Blennis is a contracting officer at the CIA. O'Blennis worked for the FBI in 2021 and 2022 in the San Diego office, moved on to Homeland Security where he conducted asylum interviews at the southern border, and now works for the CIA managing multi-million-dollar contracts across government agencies and private sector vendors.
I work for, how do I put this without, I'm not supposed to tell people kind of job. If I say intelligence, what do you think?
CIA?
Yep.
You work for the CIA?
I do.
That's incredible.
I'm a contracting officer.
That's amazing.
So I deal a lot with like different agencies. We're contracting with like director.
Yeah. It's like they're flexing. Yeah, you know, it's like a lot of people so many people are missing out on love and like compassion in their lives, and the way that some people get it is by like, being braggarty. But really, this man needs a fucking hug and needs to quit his fucking job, because it's the job that's bringing the sadness, brother. I promise. It's because you're doing the wrong thing. You are doing bad. No matter what your government has told you, no matter what your handlers have told you, you're doing bad. You're actively harming the world, you know? So that's why you feel shitty. It's not... Like, dude, join a fucking volleyball league and get a couple friends and leave the fucking bureau and just be okay. It doesn't matter what your Mormon parents told you about being gay or whatever. It's totally okay. Go love yourself. Read some fucking books, please. Will these people fucking read one single book ever besides the Book of Mormon?
National intelligence to do stuff. We do Navy, Army, any of them really. I just FBI. I used to work for the FBI, so they threw the FBI at me. They're like, "Here, you used to work there." Oh, I'm permanent. I'm staff. Yeah.
Good. Well, why do they call it contracting?
Because I do the contract authority. I do all the legal contracts. I fly out to vendors and evaluate them. I love the agency.
Good for you.
I like the bureau too. The bureau was a lot of fun. I got to do a lot of cool stuff with the bureau. I was the guy in the back of the truck in the van.
O'Blennis spoke to an undercover Sound Investigations reporter about his work experience involving near entrapment and his employer's involvement with political commentator Alex Jones's legal battles.
As long as the Bureau is able to progress far enough to be able to put pro-lifers in jail whenever they want.
Yeah.
You think that's on the agenda?
You can kind of put anyone in jail if you know what to do.
How?
You set them up.
Oh, this is me. Oh, tell me more. Like, speak a little louder.
Create the situation.
Yeah, dude. See, like, he loves this. It's because at work he's just a cog in the machine, right? Like, we're all just little worker bees, and all we do is work. And he didn't find out that a fucking job is not a personality, you know? So he has zero love in his life, and he's out here dishing everything to fucking essentially strangers, right? I mean, he can't know this guy too much because he's obviously a reporter or something, right? And he obviously doesn't think he's a reporter, I don't think, because he's fucking telling him this shit. It's because he thinks that he's anonymous, you know? It's like when people, you know how it's easier sometimes to, like, be open and honest with people that you don't know. Or like, if you're, like, chatting on a chat room or in a text thread or whatever. I forget what that's called, but I feel like there's like a name for it where you're like, it's easier to be open and honest with people you don't know because then you don't have all of the, you know, the other baggage that you carry with people that you do know. So, but yeah, he's like he's looking for a moment of like being in the spotlight or whatever. Like all these people are just sad theater kids who are in a cult, literal cult. They're moved from the Mormon cult over to the fucking CIA cult, just like Johnny Harris, which is still the Mormon cult.
To where they have no choice but to act on their impulse. And once they act on that impulse, then we call that entrapment.
Oversharing is a trauma response? That's interesting. Huh. I never thought of that. Yeah.
It's a fine line.
Does the Bureau practice entrapment a lot?
Yeah, dude, like, and yeah, you said just the slightest interest hooks him. Funny thing is they're trained in interrogation techniques. Bro, if anyone ever came up to me and, like, you know, I was having coffee with them, a random person, and they were, like, asking me questions about this stuff, like, right now, if someone did that, I'd be like, in 2 seconds, I'd be like, you're fed. I'm not telling you anything. I am trauma response. Same, bro.
We get really close.
Not officially.
No. We get as close as we can. We get as close as we can to it without doing it.
So they can entrap somebody.
And that's always legalese because in my book, they very much overstep the boundary of what is okay. You know, like, remember, lawyers are the people who made up the Holocaust. It was fucking lawyers. So, and that's what concerns me so much with the way that Austin talks, Austin Russell, in his alleged podcast, his White Suprema Pizza podcast that he does with his White Suprema Pizza friends, and he talks about, wouldn't it would just be okay if General Sherman came and got rid of all the LGBTQ in Atlanta. Like, that is Nazi talk. That's how Nazis talk. This is how Nazis look now. See? This is a Nazi. He works for the CIA, and he's probably Mormon. And all Mormons, unfortunately, are Nazis by default.
These pro-lifers into doing things that they don't.
Depending, yeah. We call it a nudge.
A nudge.
A nudge.
So gross.
Sometimes you just gotta give him a quick little, just to see what happens.
I want to give him a little.
You put a post out there, or you have someone fake profile say something that triggers, that we know is going to trigger them, right? Like, we already know your history. If we're to that point, we already know everything about it. You're like, oh, this will piss them off.
It's, dude. It's just MK Ultra. It's still just MK Ultra. That's all it is, dude. They're literally these guys have free reign to abuse people. That's all they're doing. They're literal trolls. Look at this fucking National Zionist troll that works for our government. Fucking rats.
Sometimes you light the fuse and just wait for it to fall.
Oh.
Like a railing. Like a, so when a rally happens, that's sometimes the bureau behind it?
Yeah, sometimes.
A railing?
Not a fake social media thing to like really get people mad.
Mm-hmm.
Post fake news. Yeah, sometimes it's it's not fake. It's embellished a little bit.
Who would be like a big influencer that you're after? You're like a, I don't know, like I don't even know these names, like a Fox News person or like a Tucker Carlson or like.
Oh, I'm sure he's on the radar, right? You always want the biggest and loudest. Like that, what was his name? The one that said Sandy Hook didn't happen. It was
Alex Jones.
Yeah, so we were after him.
You are? Are you still after him? Why?
Because he's broke.
No, they're after him because he was saying that Sandy Hook was a false flag, but he was saying it like a dumbass. Like, he was saying that it didn't happen. Oh, it fucking happened. It's just that the person who did it, you know, like, he's either literally a military person who just went and gunned down a bunch of civilian kids, or he's an MK Ultra victim who went and gunned down a bunch of civilian kids, you know. Like, I don't understand. It's insane to say that it didn't happen. Like, I don't understand why Alex Jones did that. Like, what an idiot. What? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Of course, the government just treats us like human cattle, you know? So, like, of course they would just slaughter us. And then it's not a lie. So why would you do that, Alex? But that is why they went after Alex Jones, is because he was bringing attention to, even though in a dumbass way, to Sandy Hook. But it's because all of these things, dude, are literally homegrown, astroturfed by MK Ultra. Like, Sandy Hook happened. It's just the perpetrator is... All of these people are fundamentalist looking, you know, National Zionist kids who look like they've been drugged for a decade. It's the new Sirhans, essentially, right? So that's why they had to take Alex Jones down. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Alex Jones. I'm just saying that that is probably why they did it, is because he was bringing attention to the fact that it is a motherfucking false flag, just like all these other ones are. So come sue me. Try and get it. What are you gonna get? You gonna get my student loan debt? You fucking stupid feds.
Found guilty and had to pay like $100 million.
So why were you after him?
We're not anymore.
Just to get the money from him?
Yeah.
Was that court case used? Was that a CIA
Sure
thing?
was.
That was an agency thing?
Well, actually, it was a defamation case, so it's a civil, not government. But we were looking at all of his followers, commenting, following, like, who's that going to lead us to, right? So even though it's technically not our, well, not the agency, definitely, but the bureau, for instance, yeah, that's not our purview. It's a civil matter. But since they got all this access to his stuff, and it's there, what can we...
Dude, and that's what so much of it is these guys just have free access, free reign to look at whatever they want of yours, follow you. It doesn't matter. They can just do whatever, you know? It's just a bunch of ass clowns like this guy. A bunch of emotionally traumatized ass clowns. Like, that's what these guys are. They're all abused themselves, and all they do is abuse. It's so fucking sad. Dude, and it is very interesting that we have been overrun by a bunch of evil gays. Like, what is up with that? I mean, it's abuse and shit, right? Trauma. That's what it is. But I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's too much. what does what's her face say in White Lotus? She's like, we gotta stop these gays. Oh.
Go find.
No, feds, dude, feds are Jehovah's Witness because we don't realize the Jehovah's Witness, the Mormons, and the Catholics, they're all the same. They're just different chapters in the Cuckoo book. They're different chapters in the cannibalism book. Like, they are so much closer than we knew. They're all the same. They're the same thing, and they're all controlled by the Vatican, you know? They're meant to look like 3 different groups, but they have the same aims, and they're all working together, in my opinion.
And did you find anything?
I can't tell you. Oh, we did. But so it's just kind of like realize the opportunity that you have.
So with Alex Jones, you were watching him long before anything ended up happening.
Probably. It wasn't my office, but I mean, we would have been well aware of what he was doing.
And the goal with him was what? Just to bankrupt him?
Pretty much. And we let the families do it.
And what?
We let the families do it.
Were they encouraged to do that by the Bureau? Like nudged?
We don't encourage people.
But like...
We just say there's no federal statute being broken. But you do have the option for a civil.
Yeah, so I was just reading through the comments, but I think, and I'm newly... this is new to me, and I'm not saying with any certainty, like, it's all of them, but in my opinion, the general consensus, I think most of these terror attacks that have been happening the last 60 years, most of them have been, like, homegrown. And, like, Timothy McVeigh, for instance. Timothy McVeigh was an ATF FBI informant who blew the building up, took the fall, and no, he blew the building up, but he was just a decoy because the real bombs were inside of the building. Like, the truck bomb would not have done what it did. So he had help, but he's the fall guy so that it's not, the ATF and the FBI blew up the FBI building and got rid of Hillary Clinton's documents. No, it was a lone crazy guy, It always fits this formula. And then what put it together was Paul Wysopal, Paul Wysopal is Timothy McVeigh. And I believe that to my core. I know it's true. I will never unbelieve that forever because I know it's true, and that is what made everything make sense. It's those people are like actors essentially, not the victims. The fucking victims are real. I think for a lot of them, like the Buffalo shooting, that kid drove hundreds of miles to go to that specific grocery store, and he killed all of those people, but he did it. The real reason he did it is because that guy created water engine, I think, in my opinion. And the other secondary reason is to continue their civil war. They just want us to be scared all the time. So every year they do a somewhat big, attack on us and then blame it on us. They say, oh, you guys are all crazy. Like, bro, I think if you remove all of these, if you get rid of the FBI, these like lone gunmen, the Christchurch shooting, all this shit, the Lutheran church shooting, the Uvalde, like all of this shit is feds, in my opinion. And Paul Wysopal covered, he helped cover up the Pulse nightclub thing, that dude was a fucking fed too. They're all feds. So I don't get why, like, part of me feels like Alex Jones is a fed because his story is like so close, but like he just fucks it up at the end. Like, well, why would you say that? Like, the victims aren't actors. Of course they would kill an entire classroom of civilians. What are you talking about? But the perpetrator is the person that is an actor or manipulating. You know, the MK Ultra stuff, they take that's all the government does. All they do all day is think about how to control us with drugs and shit. So, I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's everyone. I'm just saying the general consensus, I think the feds, I think all this shit is made by our government. But you know what? If you remove that, we're decent, you know? Like, we don't do this shit. It's our fucking crazy government. And it's so fucked up that it's our government doing it to us, you know? You can't like we know in our core that 9/11, the towers literally had charges in the basements. Otherwise, there's no way that a building can fall like this. It has to be coming from the basement. You know? Like, I'm never gonna believe Larry Silverstein over physics, you know? So if they're capable of doing 9/11 and Oklahoma City and the Pulse nightclub, yeah, of course. All of the school shootings, yeah, of course. And they're just stopping doing it, I think, a little bit, kind of, because we're catching on. That's why they're starting now with earthquakes. So our government is so fucked up, and they would do all of this shit to us. Of course they would. So, hey, sue me for defamation. Sue me for defamation if I'm fucking wrong, feds. But you know what would prove this? I think that I want to try and see if I can interview any of those people. I wonder what they would have to say if they're still in prison, which they probably aren't. Who knows? We'll see. But Timothy McVeigh is Paul Wysopal. I'll never not believe that. I know it's true to my core. So if that's possible, dude, they're capable of doing anything. So anyway, back to this.
Civil case, and it's a pretty good case. Nice. In our opinion.
Yeah, right. So that's weird. So it's Alex Jones is being a Fed because he's doing decoy stuff. He's saying, because his whole job is to look crazy when you're saying Sandy Hook is a false flag. He's trying to make that seem like the crazy theory, right? So instead of saying what's true, the false flag is the shooter. The shooter is either manipulated by MK Ultra or is, just a military guy who likes killing kids. Either way, it's still a government fed op. Instead of saying that, he says the cuckoo version so that normal people don't listen to it, right? So then it's weird then that, like, this guy, I mean, this is maybe just the big play. This is how Alex Jones and the CIA are having their own discussion like this guy, and they're like, oh, isn't that so funny? Yeah, we tricked him by having the whole lawsuit. That was good. That whole courtroom thing, that was really smart. And then they just hand Alex Jones his cash back under the table in a fucking cardboard box. So this even is all theater. Dude, it's literally all theater. It's all fucking theater kids who need some love, and they're doing theater. But to our real lives, which I don't like. I think that's fucked up.
That makes so much sense. I have a cousin who's a lawyer. So that's a lot of these cases. They're kind of encouraged by the FBI.
Yeah, like, there's nothing federal law we can do. But civilly, we can go at him that way and chop his legs off.
And they did. Yeah. So the FBI was happy.
We didn't care. We were like, oh.
Basically, the citizens did your job.
Yeah.
Wow, so you can encourage a civil lawsuit.
Not encourage. Educate.
What can you do with people like Alex Jones now? Because he's still...
Such lawyer talk. I fucking hate these lawyers, bro. Educate. No, not push. Educate.
out there. Yeah, he's still chirping.
He can chirp.
Are you still watching him?
Yeah.
Why?
He did what we wanted.
Which was what?
Took his money away.
Dude, I'm sorry, but this guy, if he didn't find fucking ding dong, the biggest ding dong of a Fed ever, like, this guy is pretty obvious. He's like, can you state that in a full sentence?
We shut him up for a while. You're never going to shut him up, right?
Oh, but and then one thing I did want to say that could piss some people off, but I kind of want to piss people off until I'm proven wrong. Like, I think all the fucking people that... I don't think that the people that were on, like, the planes that hit the towers, I don't think they were victims. I think a lot of... I don't think anyone was on those, and I think they just fucking faked. I think they used it as cover to get them a new job or a new life or whatever. Get them out of their fucking life with they're like, dude, can you just kill me, my wife? Because that's how all these guys are. They married someone that they hate. How stupid. What a bunch of dummies. Oh, my frickin' wife. Stupid asses. They all hate their wives, though, because they're evil gays, I think. Dude. These dang evil gays.
Well, unless you put him in prison.
But again, he didn't do anything to go to prison. Being ignorant.
How many meals did this guy have with him? Was this journalist putting out to get information? That's awesome. Trying to think if I would. What would be my source? I'd have to think of the source first.
It's not a crime, though it should be.
It is. I mean, what you could bring a nudge.
He didn't incite a riot like Cheeto. He didn't encourage people to go shoot people. He didn't do anything.
Sorry, I'm lagging.
Additionally, O'Blennis states that he knows and works with FBI agents who were undercover in the January 6th Capitol riot, estimating about 20 field agents were there undercover. While O'Blennis notes that they were not involved in violence, this appears to be the first admission of undercover FBI agents in attendance.
I thought you said that there were FBI agents in the crowd at J6.
There always are when there's a big protest in D.C. Just in case it gets out of hand like that. But there wasn't enough to turn that tide. I mean, I'm talking...
Bullshit. They were leading it. Those stupid feds. I don't get why, though. Like, they're so bad, dude. They're so bad at their jobs. They don't even... Honestly, they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. They just know that they need to be assholes, I think. Like...
Maybe have 20. You needed 1,000 to get rid of that crowd.
So they had like, that was just 20?
Yeah, just to go through and observe and see what they can hear, you know, that kind of thing.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. They needed 1,000 at least.
Well,
Wow.
see, that's also Capitol Police jurisdiction. They're in charge.
So that,
why they didn't have more on hand, I don't know.
The Bureau didn't really want people knowing that they were in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be overstepping their bounds.
A little bit.
Do people know that?
Why?
Did people know that the Bureau was in the crowd?
Nope, and probably never will.
Do you know agents that were there?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. They work for the agency now.
Dude, hell yeah. We see you, feds. We see all y'all. They'll go to mutual aid meetings. They go to everything. There's fucking feds everywhere. So... But it doesn't matter because we don't do anything, man. We just chill, right? And we just are looking to chill. But, dude, I don't want to be secretly dating a Fed. I hope you aren't too. But it happens a lot, right? Wait, do you need to bounce some Fed ideas off? Like, why do you think your significant other is a Fed? You don't have to share if you don't want to. Yeah, what is this? The interview was like getting very obvious, and it was like the sixth time, right? But it doesn't feel like he knew he was a journalist. It literally just feels like he went and bragged like 6 times. But my boy was probably putting out. I mean, do what you gotta do, man. We all gotta think like this. We gotta do whatever we can. We gotta get this information and whistle blow. You gotta blow on that whistle, baby, and then whistle blow. You know, it's not that big of a deal, dude. Just do a little bit of it. And then think about the glory after when you're like, yeah, dude, look at this Boeing document. Yeah, look, Boeing ordered the execution of... Boeing is the one who ordered COVID. Look, here. Would you do Paul Wysopal to find out if he... Dude, Mick, I know he's Timothy, and I would make him... I would say, Timothy, I will stop talking about this if you blow yourself. And he'll say, okay, fine. I took the rib out. Yeah, I'll blow Paul Wysopal to find out he's Timothy, just so I can be like, I have no shame. To prove to the world, like if I do that, the world knows that Timothy McVeigh is Paul Wysopal. I'll fucking bite that bullet for y'all. I will do that. I will bite that bullet, that thin, rubbery little bullet, just for you guys. I will do that. But I think it's probably going to be wrap it up. Dude, we did 3 hours. Look at us. And is this day 4? This might be day 4. We got a little streak going, boys. Someone yesterday said, I'm a girl. I'll stop with the boys. I just think it's funny because my audience is like 65% female. That's why I say boys. But oh my god, yeah, you can't, dude. Okay, yeah, good. The best bet for not having a fed girlfriend or boyfriend is to be single. So you're off to a good start. But dude, Martha is the dude. Every time we see Martha on the TV, we just go, oh, poor Martha. Martha's sitting in fucking USSR right now with her fucking adopted child waiting for Clark to come home. You know what? I really hope though that I think that Philip would definitely go and say hi to Martha and apologize. I think he would do that once, because you know he gets back there or whatever. We should have. I'm gonna see if I could watch The Americans. That would be fun. We could rip through the whole fucking Americans. But hell yeah, guys! Thanks for doing this again. Oh, I'll share the. We got the Miro thing set up, right? Did everyone get the Discord invite? It's in my link tree, and here I'll share it again right now. And then you guys let me know if you see any weird federal behavior. I think we just gotta like be mindful that, you know, I don't know how else to share it, but I'll share the link and stuff, and then I can give you the link for this conspiracy board if you guys are interested, and we can collab. Invite people. Okay, here is there's the Discord. Yeah, so just so far, was it Bunny? Was it you in Miro earlier? The name just looked like a symbol, so I wasn't sure. But dude, this is what are you guys up to? This is crazy. This is awesome. Okay, so I think Bunny made this, I believe. Made a little template here. And look, here's the final. Oh, this one. You know, just a little info. Look at that. You can zoom in, right? And we don't have to do this for every single person. I think, you know, we'll highlight the like important ones first and stuff. But dude, this is like how my brain works. And so this is awesome. Like when I first found Obsidian, I feel like I was just able to like do stuff that I feel like I wasn't able to do my whole freaking life. So yeah, if you guys want to hop in and help at all with this stuff, it's been cool. We've only had it up for 1 day and it's already very sweet. It's going, oh man, we've got, what do we got? 7 people in here? Okay, and then here's the link for Miro. Yeah. And I think that's it. I think the thing with, oh yeah, and then the other parts was the aviation stuff. So I just started this little octopus tentacle thing of like, because I think HW is the center of the octopus, even in Octopus Murders. I think that what's his face who made that was hinting at that. I bet that Obama probably put the kibosh on that though. But then I'm just gonna keep going through all these, and we're gonna highlight all the frickin'. Yeah, see, look at this, dude. I'm starting to add all of these rats from the Dorothy Hunt plane crash, and then I'm going to add all the rats from the Flight 93, and then I want to try and I want to see if any of these people have popped up again, because as we remember from Challenger, right? These feds are lazy. They'll just call it their brother or sister, twin brother, and then change their first name, you know? Oh, Bunny, that is you, Usagi? Is that right? Hell yeah. I'm gonna be cultured. You guys tell me when I'm fucking up. I'm gonna get to know all of your guys' names. This is gonna be the greatest community of all time. Y'all are the best. Usagi. Bunny, Usagi. Okay. All right, boys. This has been a great night. I appreciate y'all. Let's do it again tomorrow. All right? But have a good night, guys. This has been fun. Dante came in. Damn, we had a blast today. Hey, yeah, everyone check out the Start Here section first. Dude. And you got the years, even the font you use is awesome. We've got little notes popping up in here. Oh, bro, this is sick. And then we don't have to do that. I just didn't want to lose this. But here's like you can bring in newspaper clips. This is the guy who was investigating the Franklin scandal, and he was getting a bunch of threats on him, and his plane was fucking sabotaged. So it's so great, right, guys? It's so nice to like visually put it in there. And then maybe I'll just transfer over my my Obsidian one day. I'll try and get all this stuff through, because I think Miro, you can put in all the PDFs and stuff. It's all the same shit, right? And then we'll collab. It's way more fun to collab. Yeah, I'll add all my Nazi shit. The Nazi stuff. We're going to get them. Dude, I honestly think it might be us who stops the Nazis. So, let's see. Let's try. No one else is doing it, so it might as well be fucking us. Pronounced. Usagi. Usagi, not Usagi, right? Usagi. Usagi. I got this. All right. Usagi. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for playing. Thanks for staying. Thanks for having a good time. Nighty night, boys. See you tomorrow. Appreciate you all. I'm gonna get a wait screen for tomorrow, and I'll get some play out music. I'll figure out a cool